my things like am I not on
Okay.
my actual account?
Well, are you? Well, welcome everybody. We started our live stream a little bit early. Yeah. We got Rosario and Matt here. Rosario from Scribe Comics, and Matt is from Matt.
For the Fans Fest.
Exactly. He's pretty soon going to be the Matt from awesome comic book convention person, successful guy.
I can't wait.
That's coming up in October.
Good times. Hopefully.
I mean, he's doing it. I just got to mention too. I was just listening to him. He's talking about it. This guy's doing an awesome job. I mean, the stuff he's doing, he might downplay it, but don't let him do that. I mean, he's hooking it up for everybody. I mean, setting up the whole thing, rented out the place, setting up the crowdfunding, and more.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, the time for bragging will soon be upon us.
There you go.
For me.
Once it launches, yeah,
I'll brag for you.
Brag for you. We all got your back, bro. We got you.
Exactly.
It's all for us anyway. So
no ego, none.
Not at all, man. So what's going on, guys? How was the weekend?
Yeah, well, over here's been okay. It's been their version of sort of Mother's Day over here. They really love to celebrate Women's Day. So that's a huge thing, and so it's like America's version of Mother's Day, except even more. Like everyone goes out, buys flowers for all women, not just mothers, and goes out to lunch and drinking, and it starts like it was started on Friday night, so everybody's been like partying for Women's Day all week. So just been doing that over here, getting flowers.
Europe, man, Europe got it going on.
Exactly.
You don't even have to have kids; you're just living that life. Must
right?
Be nice.
Just hanging out. It's all dark back there. It's all morning over here. I love it.
Yeah, it's almost like 7 over here. So, and then of course working on. Can't wait to see you guys soon too. But been working on the Bruggen, the alien bad guys from Heavy Atomo. So about ready to send that to Rosario here when it's all done. Hopefully tonight. So can't wait to continue putting out more stuff for that.
Yeah, man, the stuff you've been showing's been great. Looking for that. Yeah,
thanks, man.
I got Ben based art tomorrow working on a toy too. So.
Oh, that's what he's been posting about. No shit.
Yeah, that's right. So he's able to be at a point now where he's going to start printing it.
We'll see. Yeah, he's going to try some stuff out. He's telling me some Sufubis. That's like the soft vinyl toys, the Japanese vinyl toys. They're like big again. It's like a huge market for the past, I don't know, for like 10 years now. It's like really big in the anime, manga stuff, and all it used to be really huge in the 60s and 70s. Well, the Godzilla stuff and everything. So it's coming back. It's like an art collectible, but now it's like more mainstream. So I was like,
that's awesome. That's a big deal. Yeah. He's excited about Atomo, so your creation. So
he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this toy." I was like, "All right, let's do it." I like toys. I mean, it's not like it's more like a vinyl toy with like the single joints. Easier produced type stuff compared to like Ethan's action figures, which you need a lot of money to make those. And action figures are insane, dude. Just the labor and sculpting and.
There was a point where I was like, maybe if people wanted to do like 3D statue pieces, I could offer services to custom paint a bunch of them for like a decent price for people to push for campaigns. But man, that 3D printing is nuts sometimes.
I had it. I got rid of it. It was too smelly. It was a mess. It was cool. I was producing stuff, but the cost of the resin and everything, it didn't really add up. So I was like, it's just a mess, man.
And then you got to get, hire somebody to design it, do a 3D, the whole 3D model and get that thing sent over so you can print it. Oh yeah, Matt's 3D artist here.
Oh, you do 3D too? You do 3D?
He's got a lot of skills.
That's actually what I went to college for. It was like computer animation and 3D modeling specifically.
Oh, so full sale. Yeah, full sale.
Yeah, but no, I worked well, now they moved, but over by me when I used to do like custom model painting stuff for side gigs. For like miniatures, the game store by me, Mythicos, which are like awesome. You will not find a better game store in the world than them. I'd say they're better than Warhammer World. They're like this. Yeah. Oh, it's a beautiful piece.
Nice.
I printed I bought this STL and I printed it and it cost me more than I should have just bought it.
Yeah, they pretty much worked for their paint team, but the guy who owns it made his own miniatures game. and now it's like taking off across the country. It's called Mythic Americas, and then
Ooh.
he does them for all the other different countries too. So now it's spread to like Mythic Europe, and they'll go to Mythic Asia next. And it's like, it's like the old school, like, the Aztecs, but like if their gods were real and you could feel them. But yeah, we designed all those models from scratch, painted them, built them. We did metal molds, freaking resin molds,
the lead molds, the old school lead molds.
We did that for like Quetzalcoatl, big freaking. I wish I had any of that shit on me unpacked, but
I used to love painting, man, but it takes too much time.
Oh yeah. No, it's enjoyable. It's so weird because like with airbrush and stuff, my nerve damage works well because I have a trigger gun.
You got the trigger? Yeah, I got the trigger and the dual action.
Yeah. So I'm like, for whatever reason, I can handle that. Like, I guess just that position doesn't really do too much because these are always strained. Whereas like working with a pencil when they're clamped down and extended for whatever reason destroys me.
I got to wear the magnifying glasses, and just like.
Oh man, no, I got a like a clamp piece that
the magnifying lamp. Yeah,
it's kind of like this one, but it's a big circular spotlight / magnifying glass. So I just pull it down in front of me, and it's the best. Yeah.
Like 40-year-old virgin when he's.
Or you're like Q from James.
Yeah.
My wife made me get it. She's like, you need pussy repellent, Matt. No other girls. Now I know no one's looking at you. I'm like, thanks.
Oh, my wife came in. I was painting a model. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm painting a model. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go out with the girls.
It's like, what a loser.
Nerd. It's my stress relief, man.
Exactly. I mean, sometimes you just got to get alone, do your thing. And make sure you don't go any brunches with some weird friends.
Dude, the best is like like we're going out, whatever, that dinner or like lunch, and we're like, let's go take a walk. We're in Pasadena, and there's like a couple of comic book shops. Like, and she's like pulling me to the side. I'm like, let's go check it out over there. And she walks in, she's like, and I'm like, this is cool. She's like, oh yeah. I'm like, let me go to the 50-cent bin. It's like, it's fine. Yeah. I'm sitting there like going through. She's like, I'm gonna wait in the car,
Nah, me and my wife have a good understanding on that stuff. It's funny too, because when I go in, she never wants to go, and then we're in there, and then she always finds crap to buy. She loves. She's like such a role-playing game nerd herself.
That's cool.
So like, you don't even really play too often anymore, but she still buys all the fucking dice, any fucking dice set. She's just like, she buys all the GW dice because now they make them like custom with the different army symbols.
Yeah, with like the see-through dice. Yeah,
she has. Cool. Every single Age of Sigmar dice set. She has every single army for 40K. It's like I go into the place. I'm like, I actually need to go pick up some like spray and needle pieces and just see what they got. And then she's like, I don't know. You're not going in. And then all of a sudden I'm like, no, seriously, we got to go. I'm done.
Lucky. I got to get dragged to shoe stores and shit.
But that's a great way to make sure you get her into the comic book store when you go. Just tell her that you're going to go buy some dice and she'll come with you right away.
She'll look at me like she's gonna smack me if I told her that. She's like, "What do you need dice for? What are you shooting CeeLo in the street corner?"
Well, you see, if I bought this comic book,
that's like
street cred up.
One thing I find is huge over here. I didn't realize. I have some friends over here, and they told me, I should get into doing some artwork or something like that for Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Apparently. Over here, it's like super popular, man, and but people
it's a good side
have, they don't have access to cool stuff like I guess their character sheets or their illustrations of their characters, all that kind of stuff. And they're like, people make a killing. I'm like, what, really? I didn't know. I sell them Dragons was
on
that
X. Popular. I sell them all the time. I sell them. Yeah, nerds
really?
Love it. Yeah, it's
such a character sheets.
Yeah, they play in a campaign. They make a character, and it's like always girls. It's never men now. It's always like it's like SJ.
Yeah, this one friend of mine is a girl.
Yeah. It's always women. They always because they put a lot of men. Not everyone, but a lot of the guys. They get the enjoyment from playing the campaign and making their way and winning and growing their character and completing. But a lot of the women who play really love the backstory, character
the
creation
theatrics
stuff.
Yeah.
Like my wife, I ran a campaign for her and a bunch of friends. This was a couple of years ago though, and Dungeons and Dragons came out with a Magic the Gathering Ravnica setting. So I ran it in the setting of Ravnica, which is like a big guild. It's a city planet fantasy of a bunch of different guilds. And so she played, her cleric was from Orzhov, which are like soul broker lawyers. Like you get in debt. They're like the mob, but they're also like the Catholic
your
Church.
Soul for debt.
And they literally turn your soul into thralls and force you to work in the afterlife for them. And so she like literally had me draw her character up. We custom made a miniature for her, painted it, and then she went to freaking Staples and got legal freaking like the paper that lawyers use for actual contracts. She like researched it, got it, then bought a calligraphy set and hand wrote a freaking soul contract, then went back and had them freaking copy and print it on all of them, folded them up, bought a freaking stamper piece.
Jesus.
So she could put them all in envelopes with her own character's wax stamp seal. And then like when the party gets together in game, she's like giving them out to, she's like giving them out to people, showing off the drawing. But no, it makes so much like you make so much. If you ever need quick cash, just like go onto these websites and make people, they love little quick tidbit pieces.
And you draw those cool little dragons too, like those like kind of like cartoony dragons. Those girls love that stuff.
Like I think on my Procreate,
most of the time they just want, I'm told, they told me that they just want like really cool character sheets, like to have their with all their stats and stuff on it, because all their character sheets, I guess, are just very like mundane. But if you can design like character sheets for them, they'd like go crazy. I'm like, really? And here I am thinking about like they want like an illustration of their character, and like no, they want like just their character sheets to look awesome. So
that's a good idea. Yeah,
but as far as like role playing characters go, like here's one of my commissions I did for some dude named Devin. He ran some game where they're like furry characters, like they're all, it's like a noir game, but they're all animal people. Like what the fuck is that movie? Zootopia. It's like a noir Zootopia setting. So he's like a Vincent Price crocodile freaking.
That's awesome.
He's got a cigar or smoking with a smoke jacket.
Yeah. But that like I made like $500 off that. It took me like half an hour.
That's good. Hey.
Yeah.
Like I wish I could draw, man, like that. I really wish I could draw like that. Always wanted to. As just a little kid, I always just copied the covers of comic books.
That's how you start drawing, man, is just copying shit.
Yeah, I could never do. I was always good with letters, just never do like characters or faces. They always came out distorted. I'm like, I'll just stick to the letters, man. Never could.
Yeah, mine was a slow process. I remember first drawing, starting to copy a Spider-Man. It was a Frank Miller Spider-Man. I think it was a Frank Miller Spider-Man. And then I just kept tracing it and then copying it over and over again. And then that's kind of got me started. But
were you good at a young age? Did you start really young? Like your skills developed?
Started in third grade. So that's
the same for me, man. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like your skill development, like it went like to your teenage years. You were like, oh shit, I'm pretty good, like that.
For me,
because I like from third grade on, I just kept drawing, so I just kept getting better and better, and so there's a lot of practice after that point. Once I started after third grade, I just kept practicing all the time. Not a ton. I probably could have practiced more, but I had more interest in it. It was funny too, because I always liked comic books. I started collecting comic books before then. We used to, when we used to take road trips, we'd stop off at this thing like a 7-Eleven. It was called the Circle K on the sides of the road. And then you had stuff inside. You go inside that, it was basically a 7-Eleven. So I would always go to the comic books and just read those. And so I'd buy that. I remember like my John Byrne, like Captain America was some of the first stuff I would buy, and Dial H for Hero from DC. But anyway, so I got interested in comic books, and then this one kid in third grade. It's funny too. It's kind of really funny. His name was Bambi Barrera, and my name was Benji Herrera. And he was an artist, and he loved comic books. And he's the only kid my age that I ever met that could draw like out of his head, like out of memory. And he would draw. He drew the Superman for me, and I was like just totally amazed, like that he could draw superheroes that I loved. And so that's kind of what really inspired me to start drawing after that. So that's just started tracing, Frank Miller, copying comic books, and from there on, and did a lot of tracing. And then, just went on into high school. I remember I drew this big fantasy, this like night on a dragon, because at the time I was into, The Hobbit and stuff. I think I just read The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, and fantasy stuff. So at the local comic book store, this lady would put artists, drawings up behind her. And to us kids, that was like the thing, man. If we could make it on that, wall behind her, we'd make it. And so I drew a picture just for that. And she posted it up there. I was all proud. Then I come in and someone stole it. So I could never get in there. But,
man.
I drew a comic cover for a comic book store. I was like, oh wow, it was all like on crayon and shit. Good old days, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. They love stuff like that, man.
They do. It's fun though, man. I love that. I think
and it makes you so good as a kid. It makes you feel like amazing that they would do something like that for you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I was in 3rd grade, never drawn before in my life. And then I had I think it was like Dragon Ball or Dragon Balls. You had like a little book of it. And my dad, the woman he newly married after my mother, she was pregnant. She was having a baby, and I was with him. And so I was sitting pretty much waiting for her to deliver. And, you're just sitting there as a kid. So I was bored, and I started drawing. And I remember I sat down, and I had, I think, like a Dragon Ball thing and like a Pokemon card or something from before they really came to America. Like it was just like a Japanese Pokemon card. I think it was an Onyx. And I just sat there bored, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna draw this. And I'm like, oh wow, it looks like the thing. Holy shit. Like I was so impressed with myself. I was like, Dad, you need to see this. He's like, like who cares? Like, but I have a daughter. But yeah, man.
It's awesome, like when stuff comes out like that, when you just start drawing and you get interested in it, and it just kind of shoots off, from there. Like you, it went.
Game over.
He paused.
I broke him.
Yeah, I wish I could draw, man. My whole thing was more letters and graffiti, and that was my.
Yeah,
my artistic.
Your logo stuff's great, man.
Yeah, it's just different. Like, man, I was really bad at it. Like, there he is. There he is. What were you saying?
So you first started drawing. You started drawing first, and then you switched to graffiti.
No, I just loved comics and wanted to draw them. I just couldn't do it, But I always copied like the Batman logos, and I changed them up, and everything. And then I guess it was one day we were going to Chinatown or Little Italy with my dad. There was like a festival, the St. Gennaro's festival, and we took the train and the subway, and I was like, "What is that?" And that's when they were still painting on the subways and stuff, like before, they banned everything. So I was like, what is that? It's cool. And then I just started seeing and noticing it more. And it was this kid in school who was doing it, this Puerto Rican kid. I was like, how do you do that? It's cool. I was like, maybe like a freshman, I was like, and I was already into punk and hardcore music. So I seen it like going to shows in like the city. I sneak out and go to like CBGB's, like, oh, what the hell is that? What are you guys doing? What is that bubble letter, So I just got a black book, and my friend just taught me, and I just went wild, awesome. And then went. I got in trouble a lot, but yeah, I was telling Ben that the world's most famous graffiti vandal, J.A., was in Karate Kid Part 3 as Snake.
Oh yeah, that's.
He took me out once. This is like 97. And he took me out. He was older, and me and my friends was like, "Yo, we're gonna go bomb with JA." And he's like, "This guy is prolific, known everywhere, like everywhere. He was in all the backdrops of movies and stuff. Like you see J and A, that's him. He's wanted. He was like in the paper. Koch wanted him,
Yeah.
So he took us out. He's like a nerdy dude, man, from Queens, rich nerdy kid. He's kind of like goofy.
Of course,
maniac,
rich guy.
Dude, maniac. But yeah, he took us out. I met that dude, and I told people, I was like, yeah, that he was in Karate Kid, man. He was Snake. He's the most prolific graffiti artist in the world. It was such a weird
dude.
time.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it's funny too how different things, like you meet people in different areas like that you wouldn't think would be. Like he's a nerdy guy that's a graffiti artist that was in a movie.
Yeah. Well, my friend Design, he's from Chicago. He did a lot of stuff at Universal over here, like all the backdrops and stuff. So a lot of these guys, they make it, but a lot of them, they just want to destroy and vandalize. Like I have friends that are still they still like go hard, you know, and they don't show their face and stuff. It's like, dude, make that money, man. You know.
In your time, were there ever any of those like graffiti buildings and stuff that they set up now? Where you
Yeah,
like
so
just...
in Queens there was called the Fun Factory, and that's where you go like do permission stuff. It was like an abandoned factory that this guy bought, this art dude.
Yeah.
And he just let people go. And this was in the 90s. So it was kind of unknown. There's a spot in LA that you could go to. You just got to sign a contract or whatever and make sure you're not in a gang. But in New York, it's a little different. You just go there and just be like, hey, we're going to paint this side of this huge wall. So we just go there like once a month to do a mural just to practice. Because to me, it was like, it's not graffiti. When you're doing it, it's more art. You know, like it's just a rush.
Yeah, the outlaw part of it's taken out.
Yeah, it's a rush because I wasn't into drugs. I didn't drink, but that was my rush. You know, like go out like 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, grab paint cans. You know, and just go out and destroy the city. And we used to like take mayonnaise jars, the small mayonnaise jars, stuff them with socks, and then just pour ink inside it. And then when you write on it, it's like a huge marker. And it's just
no shit. Cool. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I didn't never thought of that.
That's pretty cool.
Deodorant bottles. And make sure you super glue the bottom so it doesn't leak, and you just stuff it with a sock, and it looks like a calligraphy tip because it's like flat.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started doing all that?
I was when I first started, I was like a sophomore, probably like just get into it. But then once I got out of high school, I was like 18. I was just music. It was like playing drums and then going out graffiti. It was like every night, you know. And then the cops showed up at my house. They were like took all my paint and stuff. Oh, yeah, we were in the paper, dude. Yeah, we were.
How did the cops like find you? Like
just people just talk, you know, like people get arrested. Like, oh, that's that guy. I know that guy. I know who he is. Because we destroyed like you're from Jersey, Matt. So like the 78, Route 78, Route 1, Route 22, and like everywhere from South Jersey all the way up north. New York City. So it was like
I have a good story of people talking about stuff. So when I was in high school, speaking of Jersey and people talking, so I'm in high school like senior year, and I have 2 friends, kind of not anymore, but a guy named Mauricio and a kid named Troy. Mauricio, Colombian kid, smart, like hacker, real smart, you know, kind of a skater punk. And then Troy was this he was a small man. He had a small man complex. He was a legitimate certified genius, but he just could not stop like hating people, even though like so Mauricio is a hacker. Troy thought that was cool, and then to prove it to Troy, he like taught himself like top level, like insane level hacking. Like I don't know hacking from a hole in the wall, but like he could steal people's credit cards and shit. And he did it. He taught himself like in a month from not knowing a fucking thing about it. And so down the road from where we were was the middle school. And so, you know, everyone, like all the edgy kids, when it got out, we'd all skateboard and stuff down there, and we'd like hang out in that parking lot because it was like this big U, and it was kind of built on a weird fucking like bowl of a hill. So it was cool for skating and hanging out. Everyone would smoke and just, you know, be potheads and stupid. You know, we're over there and we're out there for a couple hours, and I'm just like, man, I gotta take a leak. So I go into the school, you know, I walk into the front door and the janitor's there, and I'm like, he's like, you know, it's after hours. You don't go here. You know, you're not a middle school student. I'm like, listen, I really have to use the restroom. You know, when I was passing by, he's like, yeah, sure. So he lets me in the restroom. When I come out, I hear people, and I hear this noise, and it's clearly Troy and Mauricio laughing to themselves. So I follow the noise, and I end up upstairs, and there's a computer lab up there, you know, for like, you know, like to teach kids computers or bullshit. So I go up there, and they have all the printers printing shit out, and they're uploading viruses to everything, and they're just doing all this heinous shit. They changed the login pages for it so that when you'd go to log in, it would open Tub Girl. If you don't know what that is, I'm fucking sorry. If you go look that up, don't. It's foul. And they uploaded it so it would do that, and they had it on like a rollback thing. So every second it was open, it would open a new version of it and refresh it and pop a new window up. like 50 times a second or some crazy shit.
Dang.
And they just left it running.
What
and then
year was this?
This was early 2000s.
Oh shit!
Like real early, like 9/11-ish.
Oh wow!
Maybe no, a little after. It was a few years after 9/11. But so they did like all that crap. They literally used all the ink and all the printers. They burnt all the paper out. They uploaded all these freaking viruses. They changed the line. They like did a number on this thing. I'm just like, I walk in, I see that. I'm just like, fuck this. I'm getting out of here. I fucking leave. A couple days later, I'm at school. Maybe a week later, I'm at school and they call me down to the office and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I get there and there's like 5 cops.
Oh.
They take me. My mother meets me at the police station. I'm like, oh shit.
That's the worst.
They start questioning me. They're like, we know you were in that school. We know you did something. I'm like, I didn't do shit. And then they're like, no. Your friend Troy and Mauricio said that you were a part of this. I'm like,
rats.
I'm like,
man.
what did I do? And then it turned out, effectively, they thought I ratted on them. And what actually happened was they bragged to every fucking kid in high school about it. And then this other kid, Alex, got busted for underage drinking at a party. Like, there was this crazy party that went down. He ended up driving his car into he drove it into the building. Like of the person's house. He like fucked his life up forever. And so when the cops came, he thought he could get out of what he did by telling them that this hacking thing happened.
Man.
And then they thought it was me.
Just like in the TV show, man. So hey, I don't want to get in trouble. What if I give you some information or something else? Will you cut me?
That's what a rat is. You don't want to take responsibility for yourself, so you blame it on others. You know?
Yeah. So that whole thing, they were like they were like, yo, fuck you, you're not a friend. I'm like, I didn't tell them shit, but I'm done being friends with you assholes now. But fucking,
especially because they ratted you out, like you said you were part of it, and you weren't.
I ended up having to do community service.
That's serious shit too. If they caught you with the whole charge with that,
that's like, well, no, I was pretty much able to prove that I like all the other kids who were with us, pretty much who had plausible deniability because they didn't go in the building.
That's crazy. Dude.
They were able to be like,
I got pictures. I'm in the toilet, man. I was in the bathroom.
But yeah, so it was like one of those things where I ended up having to do community service, which there are all these like local sports teams. So I just like worked the concession stands and worked in the library to get done.
Community service sucks.
Here,
sweep this. What? I had to go do like the slap program. We had a little in the highways. I'm like, and then one dude was like, "What'd you do, bro? What'd you get in here for? Graffiti?" The guy, I robbed a 7-Eleven. I go, all right, man, cool. All right, dude. I was just writing my name, bro.
Oh my god, yeah, no, it's the worst. You want to hear the crazy thing? So Mauricio, I go to college years later. Well, not years later, like a year later. Because that happened in the beginning of the school year. I don't talk to them. I don't see them. And I come back like a couple of years later and back in Jersey, and like Blockbuster Video is going out of business. So I go into a Blockbuster because I'm going to raid the DVDs, and who the hell's in there? But it's Mauricio with a bunch of girls I've never freaking seen. And, we catch back up and he tells me like, yeah, he's, leaving America. And he's like, yeah, I'm going back to Colombia. I have people. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Don't think anything of it. And then years later, I find out that he moved to Colombia. He freaking stole a ton of money from people, like a couple million or some shit from people. And then for like a Colombian cartel. And then he went over there and he owns his own like computer land store and shit over there. And he just lives. He retired.
Probably funded by the cartels.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
I saw a cartel guy at the supermarket around by Pasadena. Yeah, he had like the boots, the golden boots, and all the weird. I was like, that dude is. I was with my lady. He's like, this guy is in a cartel. He's a little short Mexican guy, like they're all little short guys. He has the golden belt buckle. He had the hat. I go, bro, this dude's in a cartel because they're all over LA. Yeah. Like in Downey, they got like the house. You could tell it's all gaudy. Like the house is really gaudy, and they got like guard dogs everywhere in a weird neighborhood. That guy's cartel.
Plus, that's what they do a lot too in Southern California, like San Diego stuff, like kind of by the border. There's all these new home developments, neighborhoods and stuff. And you could tell which ones are who because they come in, they buy houses like cash.
A Rottweiler in the yard. Like,
yeah, which is crazy for me too because they're nice. They're nice houses in that area, but they're not like rich cartel nice. But they still do. They buy these houses down there, pay for them cash. I understand why though because they're close to the border, and so they have close access to them.
They run downtown. Downtown is all rent, like the garment district. I went there to go price out some shirts. I go, dude, this is somebody's running this part of town. It's
totally, dude. Especially in LA is really crazy because there's like pockets of coolness, different areas, but then right across the street, it's like another world. And that's how it is downtown.
It was never like this when I first moved to, I was talking to Sean about this. He's from LA too. It's like, dude, it just changed, man. It just
it's downtown LA has been that way ever since I could remember. Like downtown LA, like you have the pocket of downtown.
Yeah.
And then like it's like you just cross the street. You're just getting out of the main part of downtown.
Skid Row is
totally other area. It's been that way for decades, man. There's like a Mexican area. There's like a Vietnamese area. And stuff like that.
Me and my buddy, we rode through. We're like, let's ride through. And he was filming us. This is like 2 years ago. I was like, let's ride through Skid Row. And then the outside, right? So we take our bikes and like, bro.
Well, it's so much bigger than it used to be.
Bats. I'm like,
yeah. And it's been that way for so long too. I mean, now it's worse. But it just used to be that way. And then you had to go through that area.
Yeah, it's expanded though. It's so much longer, so much bigger.
Spring Street, Main Street, it like went over there. So like there's tents all over Spring Street and Main Street, dude. Like all the cool little bars. Why?
Yeah.
Why? You're gonna get mugged. There was a girl that got like shit thrown on her, like feces. Like I was like, yo, hell. I told my ladies, don't ever go down there.
And it's the same thing too, like right on the side of the freeways, because I had to go to the airport over there once, and on the way to the airport, like on the sides of the freeway and on when you get off on the off ramp, there's all these tents right there, like on the off ramp.
So bad. You'll see it when you come back. It's gonna get even worse when you come back in May. You're like,
yeah.
I think the worst shit is what's his name's gerrymandering crap that he was passing to make it so pretty much. Yeah, he's pretty much trying to make it. I mean, he might have succeeded, but it's like pretty much impossible. There's like a 1% chance that with the way he set things up that Republican could even remotely.
Well, the governor, the two Republican governors are doing really well. The ones who are running. Yeah. So let's. I mean, I like the English guy. I forget his name, but
it's pretty much the only shot because I don't think he's fully past whatever the fuck he's trying to get through.
So, man, I really hope so.
So this is it.
For sure. Because if I think Newsom wants to lose, so he could.
I mean, he's made like $1 trillion or some shit.
Well, I think he's running for president, dude. So I think he's gonna. I think this whole thing he's gonna lose. He's gonna let California become. I don't know, man. I think he's running for president, and people are retarded in this country. They will vote for that dude. I mean, they voted for Karen Bass as mayor.
Yeah, but I'm like, I guess my point is, even if I was a Democrat, right? Why the hell would I vote for someone who has a proven track record of making everything as worse as it can get? It's like these people, I can understand why they get into office because people don't really know them from a hole in the wall yet, and they just say bullshit. But I'm like, how can you look at a guy that, pretty much partook in burning down like all the best property in his place, destroyed his fire department, destroyed his police department, freaking made it almost impossible to live, raised the prices on everything, charges. Like they lowered the gas prices in Cali by like $2 and he raised it by like $2.
The Palisades was the worst because we all felt that. Like I was smelling the smoke for days, man. Yeah. Because it wasn't too far. Where I was.
And then he just kind of runs all these open and found slush funds where he pays himself all the money. His wife's like the chairperson, and he pays himself all the money that the government gives him to fix this shit.
Chicago and California, most corrupt states, man.
California,
California and Illinois, Chicago's horrible too, man.
I think Chicago, like all the gangs turn out to vote to ensure that the shitbags stay in power so that they can just kind of keep what they have.
Chirac, so bad.
Yeah. I think there's like a
it's
part
a shame
of it
too, because I remember Chicago when I was a kid. Like I went there on a trip for the summer one time, and it was cool too because like I won it was like a contest, year-long contest from my church and everything. So me and a bunch of other kids got to go for free. You know, it was a holiday, and it was awesome. I mean, Chicago was amazing. The Windy City, it was all clean,
beautiful city,
you know, beautiful place, and super safe and everything. But that was like many moons ago, you know, and it's just sad that it changed so much. You know, we even went to this one. I don't think it's still there anymore, or no, this place is still there, but not the restaurant, but this place called Water Tower Place. And it used to be like an old water tower, but now it was a modern, you know, high rise, and they had this big mall inside. And on top of the mall was all these like penthouses, you know, for rich people. Yeah. But anyways, they had all these restaurants, and we went to this one. It was like the best sandwich place I ever went in my life. It was I forgot the name of it, but in there they had like over 300 different sandwiches on their menu you could choose from, and so over like maybe it was even over 500. But it was so many. So half the majority of time you were there, it was trying to find a sandwich you wanted to eat, you know, off the menu. Because there was so many. But it was amazing. It was just so delicious. But that's how it was back then. You know,
good food in Chicago, man. Chicago's got really
Chicago with the deep dish pizzas and
it's not pizza. It's a meal. Okay.
It is.
It's not pizza.
I live in Jersey, and I love Jersey pizza, but I also really do love deep dish.
Yeah,
it's a meal.
And then the steak over there, you know, and then like you could go out and eat it like right by the lake, you know, like lakefront. I forgot.
Yeah, it's beautiful over there.
It's awesome, but it's just a shame, you know, how it's gotten. It used to be so amazing, you know. And then of course the river that runs through the city, and it's got a ton of I think Italians and Irish, especially in St. Patrick's Day with
the North End's all Italians. I mean, Irish and Italians. The North.
Yeah, and what's weird too is that even now, which I wouldn't have guessed this, but because I met people over here, there's a huge contingent of Croatians and Bulgarians and Macedonians in Chicago. Like I wouldn't have guessed. Like there's a ton. Like the majority of all those people in America and North America are centered in Chicago.
They're all training for MMA too. Those guys are monsters, bro.
Oh yeah, man.
You're gonna miss Jersey, man, because you're gonna miss the best pizza. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I haven't been to Jersey before, so I don't know what that tastes. I've only been in New York, so
I wish my father still had the pizzeria.
It's like the perfect middle ground for all the best pizzas in America. It's like not as big and floppy as a New York piece, but it's like more flavorful in every way, and it's just the perfect size, perfect everything.
My dad had a pizzeria in Colonia. He had a pizzeria in Scotch Plains, you know, like back in the day. So he knows those cities.
I would love to know somebody that owns a pizzeria, man.
My dad.
That'd be so cool.
Anthony's in Rockaway, Main Street.
Wait, and Rockaway?
Yeah. Rockaway, New Jersey, yeah.
There's probably like 3 Anthony's.
Oh, dude, there's a billion Anthony's in New Jersey, man. That's like every other pizza place. But no, his has been there forever. It was started by this old guy, Mr. C, who is an Italian immigrant from like Tuscany, and no one can cook better food than that guy. He's the fucking shit. And then my dad started because my dad's like a surfer stoner type. He started as just like a random guy in that place, and he just stayed with it and then bought in and became co-owner, and he retired, and now he's back in there.
Isn't it great? Like growing up in a pizzeria, I tell people that and they laugh at me. They're like,
dude, I was
like, yes.
No, it'd be awesome to grow up in a pizzeria.
Yeah, you come home.
My high school was down the street, and like before people knew who I was in high school, like, you know, I was never like a loser, and I was never like the most popular. But like, you know, trying to talk to girls and shit. And then like they find out like once everyone gets their like license and their permits and stuff and they can go take off for lunch, they're like, oh, Anthony's like, yeah, me too. They're like, oh, I didn't know why you would come here. I'm like, oh, my dad like owns it. And they're like, what? Get me free food. So fucking everybody. Yeah.
It's awesome. I mean, anybody, my hat's off. Plus it's just, that whole industry is amazing when someone owns a restaurant. a pizzeria, a restaurant, or whatever, to be able to go in there. I don't know. It's just it's almost like
So-
going to like a music, like a concert.
Check this out. So
You
my
know?
dad, he went to this is in the 80s, man. And I was a little tiny kid. My dad's first pizzeria. He goes to Hawaii on his little trips with my uncle, getting high, whatever. Some crazy shit.
Liam's in chat.
Oh, Liam.
Oh, yeah.
So he comes back and he goes, "Hey, I got this idea. It's called a Hawaiian pizza." And not that many people knew about it. This is like in the 80s. So he did it and people are like, "What the fuck is this?" Like pineapple and ham. He's like, "No, people like it." And people started buying it. Then he goes, "I got something else." So he puts ziti on pizza. This is in the 80s, dude. Like not that many people were doing this. So he put baked ziti on pizza. He was doing all kinds of weird shit. Yeah, I was like,
hey, you know
I
what?
missed that so much, man.
Don't laugh at me, but what is ziti?
It's you know ziti?
No, I don't. I've heard it on movies.
Dude,
Like,
the
it just
mall,
goes to
if you're,
show-
it's a good thing you're not in Jersey. They'll kill you. What the hell? It's like half the diet of
Hey
a Jersey
Ben,
person.
hey
I
Ben,
gotta hey man, don't put on your like pinstripe suit and stuff, and but yeah, I was watching. I just remember this because I was watching a show the other day, and she said, "Oh, they're gonna have some baked ziti tonight." I'm like, "What is ziti?"
Well, ziti's a type of pasta, but like baked ziti is basically like a rigatoni or macaroni baked with like tomato sauce, cheese, anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just whatever region you're in, they make it. Yeah.
So is it? So then it says cheese in it. Is it similar to like
Think like a lasagna, but
lasagna
with like
mix it with ricotta and
flat
and
noodles.
sauce.
It's round noodles.
Oh, okay.
The rigatoni, like the macaroni, the
Yeah.
thick ones. Yeah.
Okay. Now I feel better. I know some.
You probably had it. You're like, what the hell?
I know once I get my YouTube channel up, I know what I'm doing for him.
Oh, we'll cook together, bro. We'll cook together.
That's awesome, man. Oh, and the biggest thing too. Oh, and I love it, especially. I mean, you guys have probably been there. I know. I think you have, Rosario, like the Italian food and pizza in Italy.
Oh man,
that stuff is so. I mean, it's like there's a lot of.
Well, it's different. It's different. It's different. Brick oven. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
More softer. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
I like personally. I like the East Coast slice, man. I like that crispy bottom. I love that thin. I don't know. Something about the New York Jersey slice. Maybe because I grew up in it. Because
it's good.
I like all of that stuff. It's just.
I mean, I love food. I eat anything.
It's all good but different. Because you got Chicago style pizza, you got New York, and then Jersey, and then you have out in California had great pizza places. In Italy, of course, and then even in Italy, with every single region has a different kind of pizza and a different kind of Italian food and stuff. And like I had Florentine, what do you call it? Not lasagna, and it was like not the same as American lasagna, but it was just amazing, and then. Pizza in Perugia. Oh my gosh, it's hard to describe. And then I've had this amazing pizza slice in Belgrade in Serbia. I mean, it was one of the best I've ever had at this like local fast little pizza place in Belgrade.
I'll eat it all.
It's awesome. Wherever you can find a good slice.
So you're talking about Hawaiian pizza? I say this to anyone out there who
no, I don't talk about Hawaiian pizza.
I know people.
Hawaiian pizza.
I know how people don't like Hawaiian pizza, but just hear me out. Here's the play. All right. Get Hawaiian pizza, add bacon to it, add jalapenos to it. You will hit the full umami flavor spectrum in one bite. You'll get salt, sweet, spicy, salty. It's cheesy. It's the best.
It's still difficult for me to incorporate to put together sweet with pizza. Like it just,
I know you say that. Well, also here's my thing, right? Because I've never been a Hawaiian guy, but when you start cooking and working in these places, you start tasting stuff, and it's not like how you taste when you eat at home or just eat stuff. You like tasting stuff to feel the flavor of things specifically. And a lot of places make shitty Hawaiian pizza. Like there's a place by me that makes great Hawaiian pizza. Like some places are just like, look, I'm going to put like a square of freaking ham on here and then like chunks of pineapple, like big pieces. No, man. that pineapple chopped into like fine chutney and evenly spread.
Are you going to do your show before the Fans or during Fans Fest?
Oh man, I could maybe do I don't know if maybe I'll work that out and see if maybe I'll see if they have the setup to do a live cook. That might be interesting.
Dude, you got to do that, man.
I've been holding off on it because I'm just been running around like just trying to communicate with the with the kings and the artists is like such.
I'll break out my shun knives.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I got mine upstairs. I
go savory again. I don't.
Yeah, and I love cooking too. It'd be awesome to cook with you guys sometimes too, man. Because I don't know if I'm very good at it. I just enjoy it. And
it's all nice.
And one of the best things I still cook for myself, but it was in Italy. But it was a friend from America. They would come to Italy in Florence every year. And one year I got to stay with them, and they rented an apartment in Florence, and so we'd have dinner every night together. And one night she just made this like super simple Italian meal. She just I was talking with her in the kitchen, and she put in olive oil, and then just sliced up some tomatoes, put that in there, put some fresh garlic. And that was
simple.
That was it.
I mean, I didn't know how to cook until I learned how to get a job in a restaurant. Like I just learned, from my mom. And then when I became professional and ran restaurants, I come home and be like, "Ma, you're doing it wrong. Now you got a little more of this." And she just looked at me like she want to kill me, man. And I'm like, "I still love your cooking, Ma. It's still the best, but
adding
you got to season this before,
Yeah,
exactly.
my mom.
And then when she did that, I was amazed because we went to have dinner. And then she just, cooked the pasta, had some bread with it. We had some bread with it. And that was the best pizza the best spaghetti I'd ever had in my life. And it was just tomatoes and olive oil and garlic.
Simple. Yeah, but over there, man, it's so fresh. It's
it is.
Like I was with Chef Eric Levine, and we were doing a menu piece where we were he wanted to do like street foods and stuff from different countries, but he pretty much had us take a summer. And he took us through like Korea and Vietnam, and then we went to Italy, and we like went to all these different spots in Italy. And every single little village we went, if you order the same dish, it was not the fucking same, man. Because it was all their stuff is so like I guess you call it regional, but it's like smaller than that. Like the cheese you get in this village can only be made there because like the pH balance and the seawater that hits stuff. It's
regional, and it's village, and it's city oriented. So every city, every village, every area, it's all different.
Yeah. But I'll say this: do not become a chef, kids. Anybody out there? Don't do
fucking sucks.
Don't do it. Don't it'll ruin your life. No, I'm just kidding.
No, if you love cooking, you're not gonna win that.
Dude,
unless you're like a private chef, then you have the dream, man.
I tried to do that, I didn't like it.
You don't like private chefing?
No, I just like pastry, man. I just want to do my pastry. Leave me alone. That's it.
No, so you're the opposite. I started the first stuff I touched with stuff was patissier things, and I thought that's what I wanted to be, was going to like pastry shit. And then I was at a freaking, what the heck was it? Bonefish Grill.
Bonefish Grill.
And they I don't know anymore, but they used to make all their stuff from scratch. And then they, moved me over to, like grill. And then I'm like, in the morning, I'm butchering the steaks and the fish.
Dude.
And no, I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing pastry shit. Like, I can actually like judge things on how they look and not sit there with like this is 2 ounces of sugar. And if you put 2.1, you fucked it up.
Dude, my first gig was Spago's. So I came here for music, but I was like, I needed work. I was like, my dad's like, why don't you, you like to cook too? Why don't you get a job at a restaurant? I was like, okay. So I was on Beverly. I was walking, just handing out applications. I walk in. I'm like, this place is really nice. And Wolfgang's brother was there. He saw my application, blah, blah, blah. Dude, it was a different world. Everything was like spoons, no tongs, So I'm learning.
Wow.
Like, what the hell is this? Like, how do I? People yelling in my ear. I'm like, God damn.
No, you learn it. You were like learning on the job.
I became that guy though. Once I ran a restaurant, like I worked for Eric Greenspan at the foundry and stuff. I became that asshole. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like throwing shit at walls and shit.
Is it pretty? I guess it sounds like it's really stressful. Like back
there. When you're at when you're at a good place, I don't even mean like the highest quality place, but like when you hit like gastropub, like a good gastropub and higher, you need to create food that's of high quality at like high covers. So, like when I was with Eric Levine, like we opened up a freaking Mars Tap and Grill, which is like a high-end gastropub. We used to host like wrestlers would come in. I like cooked for Chris Jericho and shit. But we would hit like 900 tables in this place, you know, and it's not fast food. It's, you know, you're cooking ribeyes. I'm cooking, you know, we used to do this crazy chicken pot pie where we take a freaking Cornish hen and we debone it, freaking turn it in on itself and stuff all the stuff inside of it, tie it, and then roast it in itself. And like that shit would take 45 minutes to cook correctly per order. Like, oh, we have like 25 of those. I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
It's 17-hour days. Like if you're running a restaurant, you're there every day, and you gotta and you have to like babysit because some of these cooks, they come out of culinary school and they don't know shit, dude. They can't hold a knife. They can't cut an onion. I'm like, you spent 30 grand and you can't cut a fucking onion,
dude.
I would not do good in that kind of job, man.
I should drag people in the cold room and then walk in and be like, you little fucking prick. If you don't get this dish right, I'm gonna spank the shit out of you.
The fights that would happen, man.
Oh yeah.
But
we managers and like the fucking hostesses and I'm like, oh man, everybody's an asshole.
So that's now that you guys telling me this. All the movies that I've watched that has that you know,
the bear is bullshit. The bear is bullshit. It's not. It's so soft.
The people themselves kind of become bullshit. I think it actually does a pretty good job of showcasing
a little bit, but it's
kitchen stuff in the second season.
It reminded me when I worked at Patina, but it wasn't. It was we were more roughnecks because cooks were roughnecks, you know. We're rough around the edges, you know. So like.
Burnt was pretty good. Chef was one of my favorite. I love Chef.
Wait, that's with
what's his face?
John Leguizamo too, right?
Yeah. But oh my god, the guy did Mandalorian and plays
Happy.
Yeah. They seem to like represent him. I just thought there was problems because of the character in the movie, but it seems from what you're talking about, they're trying to represent like how it really is, how stressful it is in the kitchen.
So it's a couple things. One, the restaurant industry is one of the few industries that doesn't give a shit if you're a felon. So a lot of people are like still using or recovering, and sometimes they're fantastic.
Everybody's on coke.
Yeah.
Wait, really? They don't care? Like,
yeah. No,
that's crazy.
Yeah, no, because so like Chef Eric Levine, he fucking was like ODing on heroin and shit like before he got famous, man. Like he got out of CIA, the Culinary Institute of America, and he literally had to turn his whole life around. He ended up like he hit rock bottom, strung out in Central Park naked while his child was being born. And that was what like got him to turn his life around. But like a lot of chefs go through that crap, and they, you know, like
look at Bourdain, he was a heroin addict too, you know.
Yeah, a lot of stuff with that.
I never got into like I didn't really drink a lot, but a lot of my chef was always like I go in the room to have a little meeting. He's like, that's where all the money's going. You know?
I had a server literally came in, was strung out of his mind on coke, like just bouncing off the walls. Everyone's just like, could you be less high? Because no one's gonna like, holy shit. He couldn't even keep a sentence together. He'd be like, how you doing? Yeah, cool, man, bye. Just like fuck off.
And it's like a big hookup culture. Everybody's like hooking up with each other, the waitresses.
And maybe 10 minutes
after, it sounds like 10
minutes after
being a chef in the industry is like being rock stars. Like
except without the perks.
Exactly. Thank you.
Everyone, you sleep with that person, your life gets fucked up. Their boyfriend.
I live both of those worlds. I'd rather take the rock star world, the chef world. Never again would I work at a restaurant.
10 minutes after that guy came in, the cops came in. He freaking bought that drugs 20 minutes down the road. They caught him. He just got in his car, sped to the place, and thought he could walk into work with the cops chasing him. Like there was no problem. We're just gonna be cool with it. Oh man.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like we get a couple guys, like there were gang member dudes that came in and worked at brunch, and I had to hire him. I was like, this dude's a cholo, bro. This dude did some shit. And I'm like, hey, he's like, do you need to see my background full? I'm like, no, we're cool, bro. You're cool. You're hired. You're hired. Just be here at 6. Make sure you could cook some eggs. Yeah, and that's the worst shift you could get is the brunch. Brunch is like,
worst. I can definitely agree with that.
Yeah, for some reason, brunch is just a weird, like,
the gayest thing in the world. Gayest.
I don't know about eating it, but cooking it, you just get people who expect everything your restaurant can give. You know, it's just like, can you just stick to the brunch menu? No, no. It's brunch, so we're gonna
when
just
they order
make
when
up
they
our own
order off the
fucking
menu. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
when they order off the. Oh god,
I hate that shit.
Well, Rosario told me that he loves going to brunch, man. He loves hanging out with brunch.
Fuck you! I hate that shit. Oh, every time I get dragged, I'm like, why? The food sucks. It's like no. Oh, the worst pancakes. I'm like, no. I just take me to IHOP, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I can't even eat IHOP
Brunch
anymore.
seems to be a whole
like
other
so bougie.
eating animal.
Oh man.
Told my wife, I'm like, we live in New Jersey. We'll go to a fucking diner.
I miss diners, bro. We don't have them out here.
Yeah,
I miss diners too. I was just gonna say that. And
So
diners are awesome because they're like 24/7. I mean, a good legit diner, you go to breakfast, lunch, dinner, like 2 a.m, whatever. They're awesome.
They don't have that here.
Like
they don't
the
have
people
diners.
and
They have Mel's
that's a
Diner.
shame. You got to
but
do a
it's not
road trip.
open.
Like drive to Arizona, drive to New Mexico, or drive to Texas. There's tons of diners along the way.
And not even In-N-Out is
Awesome.
open 24 hours, so that sucks. So it's like only thing is open 24 is like crap fast food out here.
Well, they used to be, and then after COVID, nothing ever really went back to it. Stupid.
Yeah.
There's this great sandwich shop by me that was open till like 8 o'clock at night before COVID, and they're not even open till 4 p.m. anymore today. I'm like all the business, and they should be like they're losing money, but they just like I don't know, places just got lazy and decided, yeah, fuck it.
What about all the taco shops out in Southern California? They got to still be doing.
I'm not the biggest Mexican food fan. I know. I'm sorry, everybody.
Fucking
oh, you're not, huh? And you live in Southern California.
No, I like it. It's just not my. I don't know. I like Italian food, man. Yeah, I like my pasta. No, I like it. I like some birria tacos and stuff like that. But I mean, my lady, she's full Mexican, but she likes Italian food more. She knows what's up. She knows what's up.
That's all just amazing, man. It's like Italian food, French food, Spanish. Now Spain, I will say, where I went, not good pizza at all. Like at all. It tastes like cardboard.
Good paella.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. Holy
good paella.
Shit.
Good paella, and also, I mean, great everything else. Like they have this thing, the Spanish omelet. It's potatoes.
Yeah. With the potatoes, and green peppers.
It's all potatoes. It's like a potato thing.
Fritada.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, everything else except Italian food, all the Spanish food was awesome. And then you go walking around and you go to these, butcher shops with stuff hanging from the ceilings and stuff like that, like the pig and everything. And you get all the different kind. It's amazing with all their sausages. Like you get their version of what do you call it, chorizo. It's amazing over there.
The sweet kind.
Yeah. All the stuff over there.
Iberico ham.
Yo, it's amazing, man. Jamon in Spain. And then, but that's all of Europe, man. All of Europe has this love affair with pork.
You know what I had over there? We were at a bar. It was a beer. So it was a glass of wine. Oh, it was beer. Then they poured wine in it and added sugar. And they stir it up, and it was like a drink. I was like, what are you doing to the bartender?
It's like a retarded snake bite. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Well, snake bite is the wine. It's I think cider and beer. Or sometimes you can do like meat.
Tasted good. It was different. It was good Spanish wine. It was like in a tall glass. I'm like, what the fuck?
There's a name for it. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, that's weird.
It's just amazing like that.
It works.
Love food, like in every region. And then you got all the different Italian sausages when you're in Italy. In every city, every place, Italian sausage. And dude, and then
it works. It works.
The pesto. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the salsiccia buon. Salsiccia buon.
See. Salsiccia. That's a meat over here, man. In America, it's steak, it's beef. In Europe, it's pork. Like that is the top dog over here.
You got to go to Jersey, man. A lot of the Guineas are over there. Irish.
I'd love to. I haven't been to Jersey yet.
A lot of Albanians too.
Oh, it'd be like home.
Matt knows you're from Rockaway, right? You're from North Jersey.
Yeah.
I've been all over. Here. Heck, Albania is right next door.
I destroyed Rockaway.
Do they all say they speak like 6 languages? It's like
Hackensack.
That's my favorite stuff. I go to the city and you go to like Little Italy, and there's this whole section of it that's like Albanians for whatever reason. And one of them served in the military with my friend Troy back in the day. And when he got married, we'd go there and we like got the whole place rented out to us. They have their own butcher shop. And we're like talking to him. He's taking us to all the clubs where like all the hot Albanian girls are and stuff. And he's literally running down. He's like, oh, just so you know, if we all say we speak a lot of languages, we don't. It's all one language. But like, I guess the different parts of Albania or whatever, they change what it's called. It's like some minor inflection on the dialect. I don't know. Ridiculous stuff.
What's amazing over here, there's a lot of people that definitely speak like more than 2 languages and stuff like that. So it's crazy. Like, oh, he speaks Macedonian, English, and German. If they don't know English, they know German and Macedonian, and then Serbian, and so it's just really cool. Like in Europe, I got really inspired to learn more because it seems like everybody like bilingual, trilingual, quadrilingual. You know, just know so many different languages over here. Like, how in the heck do you fit all that stuff in your head? But they do. So I don't know how, but
damn, I almost hooked John Malin right now into doing a artwork piece for the con.
Wait, what happened?
Well, that would be a good idea.
I said I almost just hooked John Malin into doing an artwork piece for the con.
Well, keep at it, man. You got him to do all this other stuff for the convention, so.
But no, because Dan Lawless has been posting like work in progress pieces for the piece he's doing. So John was giving him grief, and I'm like, you could always do a piece. Love to have a piece from you, John. He's like, love to. Too busy though. Yeah.
That would be really cool if John did one.
Well, I have Vasilis Lolos. He's going to do one. And in a perfect world, it would actually be John. I think I'd have the piece do it. But, like grab an oar. I want to have the piece is going to be like the Naglfar. It's going to be like almost like the river Styx with like an undead berserker trudging his way through it. And then the ship behind him rising up with all the like undead warriors. And it's going to say on the bottom, grab an oar. That kind of symbolize what's going on. And it's going to look so sick on these black shirts and these designs. It's going to be fucking great.
They're all going to be, so you're going to have the shirts at the fest to sell?
Like that? Yeah, so what's going to happen is they're going to be tiers that you can purchase in the crowdfund.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And then when you show up, we'll have them for you if you purchase them. And then based upon whatever I have left over, maybe... some will be for sale, but no, it's going to be first come, first serve. And the only way you can guarantee that is through the tier. That's pretty
nice. That is really cool. That's a great idea.
Do the real CG people get free shirts or what? I'm kidding.
I'm trying to think of something. I'm kidding. No, I'm genuinely trying to think
just have
like shirt pieces.
Rosario perform. He's a drummer. He'll perform at the show.
Honestly, the Commandos, you guys should talk to Vasilis Lolos with that design he did for the Culture War veteran. And it's like a little freaking alien skull with the beret on it.
It says Comic Skate on it?
Yeah, it says Comic Skate Culture War veteran. But I'm like, something like that. And then it would say like CG cool Commandos. Shirt, and you have like the glasses or something would be pretty cool.
Yeah, Vasilis is a great artist. Man.
You know what you got to do? Vasilis plays guitar.
Yeah.
And Rosario plays drums. Now
Patrick's a singer. Patrick's a good singer.
So is Joe Sontag.
Oh yeah, Joe sings in a metal band, a big metal band.
We actually awesome play with them. You guys
and then Ethan plays the piano, and we should just all put on a concert. We could all just cover the fucking what's his.
Do you realize how many people even more people would come if you just did one song, just one song at the show, man.
Dark Gift plays music too. He's a guitarist and a singer too. Yeah, that'd be funny. That would be funny. You just gotta get a backline kit and amps and everything.
Dude, to have like CG band, the CG band.
Death metal.
I'm telling you, what the hell is the freaking crap that they play whenever anyone crowdfunds well? What's that?
A Fire Tonight.
Yeah. What's that guy and the girl's name? I forget. Gunther and the Sunshine Girls.
We'll do a Gunther cover.
You just do one cover of that. That's the whole reason for it.
Dude, that would be funny.
Oh man,
that would be funny. Do a Gunther like Fire Tonight, just out of nowhere. Just everybody just get on stage.
That'll be everyone thinks they're there for like a panel, and then instead
just we gotta get some like street prostitutes to come on stage.
That's probably easy to do, man. You probably just go to some hoes and just be like, "Look, I'll give you each $100. You're gonna dance on here for 15 minutes. Let's go. Easiest money ever made in your life. Let's go."
God.
Yeah, well, you'll be but just to be clear, you're only going to be booth babes here. That's it. That's all you're going to do.
Dude, back in the day, WWE, The Godfather used to come out the Ho Train, and all the strippers and prostitutes would just throw themselves at him. Yeah, him and Undertaker used to spend their off time in strip clubs to like, because fans wouldn't be in there. They wouldn't harass them, so they could just get the fuck away from people. The guy who became the Godfather had a bunch of gimmicks fall through, and he pretty much like didn't really think he was going to have a job. So he went to a live show and he's like, pretty much was a pimp, and then his wife makes outfits. So it got over on a bunch of house shows, and then they made the costume, and Vince loved it. And he's like, "Yeah, but you're a pimp. You need hoes." And he literally went to a strip club, and like a really sleazy one. And these girls were like, dealing with people in the back.
He was a great character, man.
And so he was just like, "Hey, you guys want to be on television?" And they just, he didn't even pay them. They just came on television and acted like whores.
It was like different girls every time he came on, right?
Well, after like 2 or 3 times, he would have, I think it was Bruce Pritchard, would just, wherever the hell they were, he would just call a local strip club and just be like, "Hey, we're WWE, we're in town, we need girls. If you have any, be here at this time." And they would have to turn girls away because there'd just be a line of girls like outside the arena just waiting to go be hoes on the Ho Train.
That was a good day. The good days of WWE. 1998, 96.
Well, yeah, that gimmick went away because of bullshit.
Right to censor, right?
There was some lawsuit or something, and Vince was like, "Oh, we got to look better. I can't, even though you're like the most over thing on the show, and we have a phrase called Godfather Pop because it gets so loud. Like, we can't even move forward with the show until you get past a certain point, and the fans like quiet down." He's like, "I can't do it because I'm on a steroid lawsuit."
Oh man.
Yeah. God, I'm a fucking nerd. All right, anyway.
Good old days of wrestling, boy. That's when it was fun. Now it just sucks. It's like yoga guys wrestling.
AEW, yeah.
It's whack. I miss the steroids. Where's the steroids? Bring it back.
Well, I think
stuff back in the 80s and 90s, man. That's when it was like
Rick Rude, bro, the best. Yeah. The best heel of all time.
Pulled a gun on Sting, beat the shit out of people.
The Ultimate Warrior.
Dude, Rick Rude was a badass, and he played the part well. He
was kind of the total package, honestly. But apparently, like behind the scenes, he was like a real scary motherfucker for people.
Arm wrestling champion. Yeah, dude, he was hardcore. I wouldn't mess with that. That's the thing, though. You watch wrestling now, it's like, I'll fight that guy. Like back in the day, it's like, nah, I ain't mess with that. Now it's like, whoa, that guy.
Yeah, it's so strange to see like so many of these people today. Like they go to these tumbling classes and they get so good with all this crazy aerial gymnastic freaking lunacy. And then it's like the one thing that you would think like would be the most common sense thing of like, no, you have to actually look physically like you could hurt somebody. like none of them do. It's just like, eh.
Kind of like comics, huh? It's just, like the Rippaverse, it just doesn't give you that
Yeah, the heart's
just a bunch of shit.
The quality's not.
The quality is not great. Yeah, I was having this conversation about who's better with somebody. I'm going to ask you guys, John Byrne or Alan Davis?
In what sense?
Just anatomy, composition wise. If you're familiar with Alan, I don't know. I think they're both familiar.
Fundamentally, it's probably Byrne, but I think the person who at their peak can do it better is probably Davis. But I think like if I'm just looking at the portfolio of work, it's probably Byrne, man. The stuff he just does for
true
is just so like I don't even know what you call it.
I love Byrne. I love Byrne.
Textbook?
Yeah, he created it. Yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough call because
it is tough.
Also, too, is tough because they have very similar styles.
That's what I'm saying. So, but if you watch
very similar styles,
if you read West Coast Avengers when Alan Davis took over, like I think it was like a couple issues, the compositions are different.
Oh yeah, very different.
They're a little more like Buscemi's types, where the foreground and background.
Davis is a lot more fluid. he's a lot more fluid of an artist. Like his
I love
characters,
both of them. Yeah.
they always float. And like John Byrne is a lot more grounded and stiff. Like he's not very fluid with his stuff. It's very grounded, very stiff, and it's very cookie cutter. Like all the way he draws, and then
So I'm saying they both kind of hit that. Like
they're similar, but they have a different the way approaching composition panels. I was having this discussion. We were like, they're like John Byrne. John Byrne is like, really? You got to look at Alan Davis's stuff. Especially
and Alan Davis is a little bit more dynamic. Like he's a little bit
especially
more
with Marvel Man. Yeah.
And John Byrne is awesome, but he's not as dynamic, and he's more like his characters are more like statues. I would say is the description, as opposed to Alan Davis's like fluid. All of his characters seem like they're always flying and floating. When you see him draw his characters,
they're all ice. They're all ice skating.
Oh, pretty much,
Like if you look at the range of motion and how he does it. And
who was his main inker? Alan Davis, though. Who was
Mark Farmer?
Mark Farmer. That's
Mark Farmer.
But didn't he do his own inks too, Alan?
Mark Farmer and Paul Neary. Both.
Paul Neary's good. Paul Neary.
Both inked Alan Davis a lot.
But didn't Alan start doing his own? Didn't he start inking himself too, or no?
I'm not sure if he ever really did. He just mainly liked to do pencils. He might have. I might have missed some issues, but he mainly, like his main go-to inker almost all the time was Neary, and the second one after that was Mark Farmer.
Neary's good. Yeah, it's one guy doesn't get enough love is Davis. Darrows is another guy. Is one of my favorites. Jeff Darrows. His style was.
I just think with Jeff Darrow, he had to do more work because he was amazing for a short time. And
he did like short runs. Well, that Shaolin Monk was nasty, so good, man. His detail, especially with Rusty the Robot stuff, and
I mean, I almost forgot.
Like John Byrne and Alan Davis just did a ton of work, and a lot of artists didn't come close to how prolific they were.
Yeah, honestly, it's pretty interesting. Like going back to the inking thing. Like looking at artists and like especially in like if you look at Image, Marvel, and DC, and you see like when they get set with an inker and then you watch them switch companies and they get someone completely different, and you watch like either their career kind of bottom out or like go to a new level, you know? Like I felt like Capullo with Marvel like fucking sucked, but then like you watch
You didn't like him in Marvel?
His art's fine, it's the inking that I think kills it. And then like even his stuff now, same thing. I feel like whoever they put him on ink wise is just not right. Like you lose a lot of that kinetic detail that he's known for. And then if you go to like his DC stuff, I mean Spawn shit's great, but I think The Haunt was it where he was taking over for Otley, like has a couple of the best issues I think he's ever drawn in any book ever. But like when they had him on with doing Batman and stuff,
you didn't like his Batman, Snyder, the early stuff?
No, I loved it. Like I thought Capullo's DC stuff was freaking great, and it's like it's so funny because I feel like outside of the fact that he had a legendary Spawn run, I like originally I never felt that because of McFarlane and everyone else and stuff, he was always just kind of behind them on the fame train and never really
he definitely
hooked it.
Well, yeah.
But I'm like the second he gets to DC and they have him with a good inker that complements that art so well, where he's able to keep some of that kinetic energy, even in a Batman book, titled Batman book. Now everyone knows him. Now he can call his shots just everybody else.
I think the only reason he was behind the train before when he was at Marvel is because he literally came after them.
Yeah,
like when he was first drawing, Quasar, and his style was a lot different, a lot thinner, but still the sales started going up when he was on it, and then he started drawing bigger and bigger, buffer people, and they put on X-Force. By the time he was in X-Force, all the Image guys had already left. I mean,
it was way after.
Yeah, but like look at the inks. He came back, and the inks weren't as good, but he was still awesome. Like they didn't have like
his composition was
his talent's not in question. No.
But I think the only reason that he just wasn't is because he just followed them. Yeah. Like everybody left Marvel, and he was one of the only big names that he started building his resume up after they left because they weren't around anymore. And then McFarlane pulled him over to Spawn.
Yeah,
because he was like one of the bigger ones there.
But yeah, no, it's just interesting to see that though, just like how much difference it makes, in an artist when you apply that, like who you have inking it and how well it actually.
Oh, totally, yeah. Inks
like
makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
like for example, with John Byrne, every inker on him made him look different. That's the same thing with any artist. Yeah, and like he had, Terry Austin on him was different. But then when he did some issues for Avengers, and he had Claus Janson inking it.
I didn't like claws on him.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Like completely.
He's very loose. Claus is very loose. Yeah. So it didn't fit John's style. Yeah.
And then you had Bob Wtih on him later, and he's a good inker, but he's very thin. He inks very thin. And so when you compare that to Terry Austin, who does a lot of thick and thin line work, a lot of thick stuff, bold stuff, And then even Terry was different than himself because he inked them over DC on Superman. And then those inks are way different than the inks that they did together on X-Men.
Yep.
I think the Superman stuff is one of the best.
Yeah, me too. I love the Superman stuff. They did it, and I even liked his Namor stuff, but the Superman stuff is good.
Solo. I forgot about that.
And also, when he was at DC, he had like a few different inkers on him. When he was at DC, he inked himself. Terry Austin inked him. Carl Kiesel inked him, and so did Dick Giordano. Dick Giordano inked them. They all inked them.
Dick Giordano inked. Oh shit.
Yeah, he inked on the Man of Steel. Dick Giordano inked his Man of Steel stuff.
Oh shit, it's right. It's right.
And then Terry Austin inked the first few issues of Superman. And then Carl Kessel inked him on Legends.
Oh, that's right. He did Legends. That's right. Which is a great book.
And that was, out of all those inkers, that was Carl Kessel was my favorite on John Byrne on Legends. It was awesome.
Legends is good.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I got to read that again, man. That was good.
I love those type of series where you can get like good one-off book like stories that like really hit well with a character, And I feel like man, like the comic industry could maybe use some more of that these days to help like reinvigorate people's interest in characters.
Yeah, they just got to cut the events because they do a lot of events. They go for way too long.
I'm not a fan of events.
Do mini events like was it Final Night was a great event for DC. One little little series and it just ended. That was cool. Like stuff like that they need to keep doing.
They need to start writing
scale, because like when you have big event after big event after big event,
it's
and
fatigue.
then you have to
it's
buy,
tiring.
You have to buy like every issue in their Marvel or whatever to get the whole story.
Well, that's how Japanese stuff beats us, though. Is like all their books are pretty much one big event story after the other.
Well, it's one story,
but it's one story, and it's it's not like you're going to read 25 different things to get this stuff because we just want to throw as much crap at the wall. It's like no, you're going to read this story. It's going to have a bunch of little stories in it, all building to one overarching great thing, and it's going to just keep going. To its
but see, I like that because it's in one issue. It's one title.
Yeah,
and so you just have to keep on buying that one title only. Mm-hmm. You don't have to like, oh man. To continue this story, now you got to buy this different title over here, and then to get the continuation of that one, you got to buy. And then by the time the next issue comes out, it's not a continuation. It's like of the previous issue's cliffhanger, and it just gets confusing, So if you can have like one story in one title, it's awesome. Just then you could follow it better.
Yeah, man. I also feel like it would be a good way to test artists and writers, man. I guess the companies are at fault for how bad the stories they're, green lighting are at this point. But it's like, I always go back to, like you take like Poison Ivy. There's a Paul Dini like Poison Ivy one shot from like the mid 2000s in Detective. It's just like a one and done. But it's like I can read that and it just has like it is like the best character study of that character, open and close. It's like there's one with the Penguin from back in the day too, the one where he like dates the woman and, then you find out like, he like pretty much this one guy annoys him and he just like ruins the whole guy's life over the course of, like he bribes everyone in his life and just turns the guy until he kills himself. But like that Poison Ivy one's great, where she like comes to Batman looking for help, and she goes like because plants are trying to kill her, and so like Batman like takes her and he has her in the Batcave, and like for part of the book she's like just having fun with Robin, talking, doing trivia, and then like Batman's investigating, and then you find out like she's just been like horribly experimenting on people and slowly breaking them down for the fuck of it, and in a place, and effectively all their consciousness molded with the plants, and it's all coming back to kill her. But it's like a really quick one and done, just like you see the femme fatale side, you see the body horror side, you see just this whole thing wrapped up nicely. And then you still see Batman trying to redeem her and save her from this, even though he condemns her and hates what she's done. And it's like, it's just a quick one and done character study. Like, that stays
they don't do
true,
those anymore.
There's just, and I feel like, especially with, all the companies and all their characters starting to, all those copyrights and stuff starting to, come up. It's like, it's a great way to start maybe trying to make some of your other characters that should be popular,
You know what did a good job with that? Marvel, when he did, it was a graphic novel, Wtih, Spider-Man Wtih. Remember that?
When did that come out? That was
88, 89 or something.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It was like a bigger format,
80s,
and I had to order it online, or not online, but like through the mail, because you couldn't get it through the store. It was really expensive, but it was like a bigger format. I think Barry went to somebody, I don't know if I forget who drew it, but it was so good. It was like a dream world. He went to like a dream world. It was something completely different. Yeah, it was pretty wild.
That's another reason why I liked a lot the Legends of the Dark Knight series.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's exactly what you were saying. There were a bunch of self-contained stories, and every story had a different artist. But it kept continuing, and then some of the stories would be 1 issue long. Some would be 3 issues long, or 4.
What was the anthology Marvel did? Was Marvel was it Premiere? What was it? The Saga? What was the thing that Marvel did? They had the anthology stories. I forget.
They did a couple.
You mean Marvel Fanfare?
That's what it was.
Yes.
Marvel Fanfare.
Yeah, that's one of them. That is definitely one of them. Yep.
Yeah, that was sort of one. They had a main story and then a backup.
Yeah. They don't do that anymore. They need to do stuff like that to grab people. Make it cheaper. $2.99 or so. Comics are like $6.
Marvel Fanfare was more expensive.
It was.
Yeah,
Marvel Fanfare?
Because it was prestige format. It was really nice paper.
What was the other one? I know they had another anthology.
Yeah, there was Marvel Spotlight, Marvel Feature, Marvel Premiere,
Marvel Age.
Yeah, they've done.
But all those ones, they weren't anthologies. They were just like Marvel Premiere was.
I thought it started
whole issue. Yeah.
Yeah,
and then then they would, and then they had the same artist for like many issues. Like,
oh, you're right. Yeah, they didn't fully switch out. That's kind of true.
Yeah. That's how come like Dark Knight was just awesome, because you'd have Chris Sprouse do like 3 issues of Dark Knight, and then they're bringing in another artist, and then they would do like Dennis Cohen, he would do like 2 issues or 3 issues, and then a totally different story, and they were all self-contained. They only continued within that artist, and that different artist, different writer. So they bring in a whole different team for Marvel. Dark Knight. That was really cool.
They could do so much with Batman, like the Gotham by Gaslight. That was good. The noir one. That was
that was cool.
Remember the Cult? Batman the Cult?
Was that the one with Father Blackfire or whatever?
Yes. Yeah. That was a weird one.
Yeah. That one, like Batman, kind of emotionally gets his ass kicked.
Yeah, he gets tortured. I forgot about that. Yep. Yeah.
So those and having something like that, it feature like a lot of different artists could get on Batman, and and find out how this artist does Batman, how this writer writes Batman.
I think they tried to do that with Spider-Man, and with all the Spider-Verse stuff, it just doesn't hit like it used to.
Yeah, but the Spider-Verse shit was like all bad people. Like it was all the they got all the SJW like diverse hire people, and they're like, oh, you want to cripple Spider-Man? Here you go.
Burger King Kids Club Spider-Man. Hey guys.
Yeah, Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham, and
remember
Noir,
those.
Spider-Man
Noir was a good one though. Both volumes of that.
No,
And
Spider-Man was great back in the day.
The rock, the punk rock Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was kind of cool in a way.
So all the different ones from the different universes and stuff. But
comics.
yeah, but anyways, yeah, that's what now talking about all this stuff, again, it makes it more fun to do, our own books and stuff while we're doing our own books and putting them out and hopefully be able to write the stuff that we wanted to read or that we used to read, they don't have anymore. I mean, not that they still have some pretty cool stories here and there nowadays, but I don't know, man. Maybe I have more nostalgia from when we were kids.
It doesn't hit. I mean, it's just not the same anymore. There's no heroic stuff. Everything's real edgy, but too edgy to the point of
the nuance of the edginess isn't there.
Yeah, it's like
you're
this ain't the 90s.
Or too bubblegum.
Yeah, or gay.
Yeah,
or super gay.
I mean, back in the day, you had like Walt Simonson on Thor, and John Byrne on all the different ones he was on, X-Men and Alpha Flight and all the and then he went on Superman and all these different Alan Davis on Captain Britain, and then went to X-Men and did all these other ones too, and George Perez. I mean, all these greats, doing all these different on Avengers and Teen Titans and Crisis on Infinite Earths. And I mean, it was epic stuff.
Well, even when you're talking edginess, it's like you can go look at Preacher. No, that was edgy, but there were stakes involved,
It was, but it was a great story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The edginess today, it's like the fucking Harley Quinn fart book bullshit where they're just like
edgy. It's more like it's trying to offend, and that's what they think is edgy.
Everything's
to us,
like
edgy was more.
Everything's like a Nicktoon. It's almost like SpongeBob-esque now, and it's
the farting thing that's just wild.
Yeah, no, that was made to piss people off. That was the point. But just in general, like you just look at what edgy used to be, go read like a Judge Dredd comic or something,
exactly.
Like one of those old Lobo comics, from like Bisley and stuff, and now it's just like not the case.
Or of course, like everybody loves, Dark Knight. Frank Miller, Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Or, Frank Miller. Well, Frank Miller, just and Frank Miller on Hard Boiled, with Jeff Darrow and stuff.
So good.
I mean, the stuff that are really edgy, and even Byrne did. I mean, you read some of the books and some of the stuff that he wrote. I love Byrne as a writer. He was an awesome writer. He came up with these like really, really cool stories that really fit the characters, and heck, the way he totally revamped Superman. And then he did the same thing with Namor. I was just reading that he brought in Namor.
That was a good series.
Why he was insane all the time because of his blood, and so
it was a good series. Drawn well. I liked it. Yeah,
very
cool
very
logo.
Good.
They had a new logo.
Like he basically became like a Bruce Wayne type of character in that story.
Mm-hmm. And he was built. He drew him like Jack too.
Yeah,
he drew pretty jacked. I was like, oh damn. He wasn't like.
I would love to see Alan Davis on Namor.
What's up?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see Namor really anymore because of how the movie deals shake out, where he can't even be his own. He can't even have his name correct. So there's someone else. Marvel has to pay someone if they use one of Namor's the star of a film. They have to pay somebody.
Isn't that because he's he's licensed from another company?
Yeah.
Wait, who owns the Namor license?
No, there's. I think it happened. It was like one of the things they didn't flesh out correctly with when they were like selling off their property stuff, like when like the original X-Men movies and stuff came out.
Okay.
But the way it is, it's like why they changed his name to Namor. But even then, like they can get away with him as an ensemble cast character in a movie with the change inflection to the name, but he can't be the lead of a movie regardless.
So they have to use Namor, not Namor.
That's why you're not going to really see him starring in a comic now, because Disney's not, they don't see it as a good smart profit bet.
Man, that's terrible. I love that character.
He's way better than Aquaman, 100%.
Submariner is awesome.
Like tripping over my words hard.
I didn't know that they didn't own him. Okay.
No, I mean Marvel owns Namor, but as far as like the film side of things go. And, you know, at this point, Marvel Comics, the comic company, is really just looked at as a mill, maybe for future ideas and to keep IPs for them to make the movies.
Isn't his public domain coming up? Him and the Human Torch, right?
Yeah, they got to be at this point.
Yeah, I hope so.
I think, well, they have to be before Batman, right?
I love Namor.
They came way before.
Did they?
Namor, Submariner.
You know, I could go grab my Marvel book from over there and see it,
because that'd be cool for the Human Torch, the original Human Torch. Somebody get the IP for that one, the original, the android. That would be cool.
Yeah.
So
that's how it's going to be.
Submariner was 1939.
Yeah, way before. Yeah, well, during the same time, I guess. Him and Superman was
1933. So Superman was first.
33. Okay.
Yeah. And then Action Comics.
Whoever invented
1938 technically was the first Action Comics, but Superman's initial creation by Jerry Siegel and Schuster was in 1933.
So Namor, yeah, they're coming up then. The public domain. Him and
I would love
Torch.
to draw him, man. He's awesome.
That's
talking about comic books, let's hit to this one because good old Based here has this information that we better talk about before we take off. Did you guys already talk Heavy Atomo?
Just torturing you, Ben.
Yeah, we're just torturing you, baby.
It's like he wants to know. This is the reason because that's a title I gave to the drawstream. So
have you ever heard of foreplay, Ben? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, so, this book is going to.
What's up with this Heavy Atomo thing? Well, what's happening with?
Yeah, we're getting ready to do it. I just got this pin up getting colored. Hopefully, it should be arriving today. So he just emailed me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What's up?
Did you want me to show the lines? I can show the lines right now if you want.
Oh yeah, put them up. Pull them up.
Let's see the art.
Pull it up. On my audio.
Not that one. That's the
some colorful line art.
That's coming up.
I got to do more line art like that.
Yeah. Here it is.
Booyah.
The upcoming pinup, Heavy Atomo pinup.
This is Atomo fighting one of the mutated kaijus in the middle of the city. Yeah, this came out amazing.
Oh, it's like its intestines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole concept of this kaiju.
Can you get rid of Based on the bottom? Sorry, Based.
Get the hell out of here.
Sorry,
there we go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so his intestines come out. He uses them kind of like weapons and tentacles, and the little spores in the back, they pop eventually. Yeah. So that because the whole thing, which I thought was awesome idea that Rosario came up with was these are experimented on humans, and they were turned into monsters, and these kaiju, and they're supposed to be like mutated, and it's supposed to be in pain and all that kind of stuff. So he gave me a great premise to come up with these concepts, and so that's where the whole intestinal tentacles idea came from.
Very nice.
And the colors did a great job with making them look like their skin looked just really terrible.
Wait till you see it. Yeah, because I had to redo the clouds. So I told him to redo the clouds. But yeah.
So that
came out awesome. Yeah, so we're looking for possible. I was thinking April to launch, so I think we're going to do it in May, just a couple more weeks after. Yeah, we're getting ready. We are getting ready.
Yeah, getting ready to come out.
And, yeah, so this story is about a rebellious teen accidentally discovers a secret government weapon and becomes the first to pilot it. And when an alien invasion ignites a war on Earth, he's thrown into a brutal fight against towering abominations, shadow conspiracies, and an inhumane power behind them. So there's a big threat looming on Earth and the universe, and they're coming for the neutron star that's powering Atomo, which is a secret government experiment. And there's going to be a lot of chaos.
All right. I love that premise with like nice. Kaiju and alien invaders and
is my mic working? It's a little it's skipping.
No, I'm hearing you.
It's skipping on my end. Yeah, so the Atomo is about 50 meters tall around there. and he's pilot in the middle. His little hatch is right in the middle. And he has a couple cool powers. He has a tentacle power that his right hand basically forms like these energy tentacles. His left has a super axe, kind of like what Optimus has, but more of like a double huge. It looks like a wielding Viking axe.
Yeah.
So
nice. Yeah, it's so clean looking, man.
Yeah, I really can't wait for Ben to do the the little figure.
Oh yeah, Ben Based Art Department's working on the vinyl toy.
That's going to be awesome. He was doing a great job with the 3D model.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the one post from before. Yeah. Was that
is this the engineer that created?
This is Dr. Harold, who's the good guy. He's the guy who left the government to start making Atomo because he wanted to use it for good. So he's a mad scientist, but he's a good guy. A little wacky.
Get those Dr. Wiley vibes.
Yeah, likes to drink a little bit, he's up all night.
Yeah. He has great
I
hair
love
product.
this. I love this.
Oh,
what are you doing? What are you talking about? Come over here.
One more thing.
This is the way it is, man.
These characters really pop. They really pop. They feel like a Saturday morning cartoon for older kids type vibe. And Ben nails it, man. I'm telling you, you have to find the right artist to fit the story, and Ben is the right artist. I had a guy before, no offense, he's my boy, but it just didn't work, man. It just didn't work. You got to get somebody that fits. And there
plus it's fun too, because this is like when you were first talking to me about it, all the stuff I loved as a kid, and you remember that too, like the Ulyss loved as a kid, giant robots, and then you were a fan of Gotcha Man, so it has a little bit of that.
Oh, Gotcha Man's
uniform, great. And the kaiju, and big battles in cities and aliens, and I mean all this stuff. You grew up, watching on Saturday morning cartoons and stuff. So when you have all the elements of stuff that you like to work on, it makes it a lot more fun. And Heavy Atomo has
it. He's another one of the kaijus that got experimented on. He's a little angry. He's in pain. So they're all in pain and suffering, and they're all like basically they weren't good people before they were experimented on to fight, basically to cause damage to the city. So that part of the government could get more money. It's basically a conspiracy. So this guy's basically suffering, and he's going to suffer more when you read the book. He's just always in pain. So most of them are in pain until the Bruggen come, which is the real bad guys, the bigger guys. And that's when you're going to see more destruction. Yeah.
So foul.
So foul.
Is that the one you're looking at?
Yeah.
That's why I love the kaiju descriptions, because the descriptions been doing concept designs that helped a lot with, making them look so foul. So you got with guts and stuff popping out.
Yeah, I just sent this off to Ferry to color too, so he's gonna hook it up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love doing concept designs because you come up with stuff like this, like when you get a good description and you make the design, match that. And when you said pain and tortured and, mutated people, then out came the guts.
I think people are going to love this story. It's a story. There's a little redemption to it, it's a lot of emotion to it. I think people are going to dive into it, worrying about the characters. And that's a big part of storytelling, at least for me, is emotion. I want people to grab it, feel the character, love the characters, even the bad guys.
Yeah, you gotta you gotta. As a writer, anyone who's out there trying to make a comic book, if you're not aiming for that, you're doing it wrong. You gotta. It's about that emotional reaction. You got to care about the characters. You got to feel the stakes, and so it keeps you coming back.
That's why I love Cyberfrog. It's like it's something out of a Saturday morning cartoon. And when you want to root for the good guys, and you feel it, it's very emotional. Yeah.
No, totally. Especially when it's just all the whole thing of it is fun, because like the designs, character designs for all the characters, Cyberfrog and Salamandroid and
Black Riding Hood. He's got to fight these bad guys, these KKK guys.
They make it fun to draw. Now Cyberfrog is like really detailed to draw, so it takes a long time.
I'm sorry.
It's a really fun. It's a really fun design to draw, so it makes up for it. Because he's got a frog head, then he's got a cybernetic body, and Tastes like a frog. It's.
But that's why you fit. That's why you fit this perfectly.
Did you say fun? Cyberfrog is fun to draw. Oh my God.
Like
that character is like torturous. The fact that Ethan, like, it is so intricate. Like, it's a beautiful character, but holy crap, man!
The metal, all the.
I have like 2 cover ideas. I've tried to draw, and I'm like, oh, I got it all. And then I go to Cyberfrog, and it's like, starting again, get in again.
Well, that's why Ben is so good with this.
Dude, he's the man. He pulled that off so well.
With his dynamic, his posing. Like, when I saw your stuff, I was like, dude, the way you come at, like, it's emotion. You know, it's that Sal Buscemi type style. Like, I'm gonna grab you from the page. I love that.
Yeah, I remember. Sorry.
That's why I needed to really help with when Ethan first had me get on. He commissioned me to do some, not only a pinup but a character sheet, and that helped a lot to get used to the character. Because I admit, like, first started drawing the character, it was tough because he's a intricate character. But then that's also it made it fun. So after a while, I started doing more when he had me do that character sheet. Then I did studies, so that's really helped a lot. And he's a lot of detail. But
I'm sorry,
the overall design is just, I don't know, it just works, makes it fun. So it kind of makes up for the, oh my gosh, this is taking me like 5 hours to draw this head.
Well, it's like, it's like funny, like the frog part of it I'm good with, but like once you start getting to like
the posing and like the action scenes,
italics, like I don't know why I find myself trying to emulate Ethan's ability to draw reflective things.
It's okay. I'm gonna torture Ben during this book. I'm gonna give him some crazy ass double page spreads. Like, why are you making me draw that? Don't worry.
I'm coming to LA just to wring your neck, man.
You do that, as many characters as you can fit on page at once.
Put every character in one single panel.
Oh my god!
Describe every move you're doing, and then you'll just make them.
I'm gonna on purpose. He's gonna get the page back, and then it's just one.
Just tell you,
one in a snowstorm.
So CG this year is gonna be on point. We have so many awesome books coming out, and it's going to be fantastic. Yeah. Matt's coming out with a book soon too.
Ben's after Ben gets done with you, he's got stuff for me.
Ben's going to do and then Ben's got Triple Threat. You got let's go to the right. Are you ready to show those or no?
Yeah. I'm almost done. I'm going to send it hopefully tonight. But
I'm almost done with you don't have to show it now. Then you don't have to show it now.
Well, no, it's pretty much done. I just have to detail it. So here's
look at that.
That armor is pretty cool.
Look at that. Look at that robe. I was like, give him a fucking cool robe. Excuse my French.
It's got some swagger. It's very stylish.
I would wear that robe.
Stylish warlord thing.
Thanks. I wanted the robe to be like a little bit like half like color of his armor. And then I was thinking like each of the different Bruggen, like depending on their rank, will have a different color on the robe. Like sort of the blue. And then have different like horns. Like their shoulder horns, I wanted to use.
He's got shoulder pads inside the robe, 80s style.
and to differentiate the rank, gotta do 80s style, man. Everything's big and puffy and oversized 80s style. So
I love the 80s robe style is basically a rectangle.
Yeah,
I love that,
and then all the characters, the Bruggen are so awesome because they feed on stars, and so he wanted to have. That's why they have all these like glowing parts all over them. It's almost like the star energies in their body and pops out every different sections of
Ben remembers everything I told him.
Yeah, it's fun stuff,
Fantastico.
And that's how the villains come to Earth because
they want that star, baby. They want that neutron star. They need to feed.
It's powering everything. Kind of like Iron Man had his what is that power thing on his chest? The reactor.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening here. The powering. They're like Galactus mixed with Iron Man.
Can you go to the left a little more so I can see this ugly mug's face?
Yeah, let me. I kind of view them as almost like Galactus, like except they devour stars. Galactus devoured planets.
Yeah, they need the stars for energy to power their race and their warships.
He's Unicron.
He's a cute looking guy.
Very cute.
What a handsome guy.
Yeah, so there's a lot of good stuff coming this year. Everybody pay attention. So
No, that's awesome, honestly.
Thanks.
It's got that like I can't wait to see it with the detail, but it's definitely got mood to it, you know. It's important.
yeah.
Oh,
So I feel like especially in Comicsgate, you know, like I keep knocking into people in these live streams, you know, it's about quality. And you know, I feel like there's so many characters that just become cookie cutter and like they don't really give you an emotional feel and beat to them. And it's like, you know, there's a regality to him, but then like that armor, you know, it just looks like you know, he's gonna be throwing in some sick moves and combos, and then you know, even just out of that thing, man, he's
We were just talking about Street Fighter last night. Yeah, you were there.
I just picture him in a fight just coming in and like, you know, just like catching someone with a mean shovel hook and then suplexing them through something, you know, just like doing a wrap around and
WWE style.
Yeah, dude. Like, no, he looks, you know, I assume this dude's not human sized, right?
He's taller. No, he's very taller.
Yeah, he's a giant.
Like 8 feet tall.
Oh,
no, he's about like 10, 12. He's pretty big.
10, okay. Not 10, as big 12. As I was thinking, but okay. But still he's a big dude for human sized people.
Yeah.
But
and then there's gonna be
nimble for one, you know. He doesn't look like he's you know, like slothish.
No. Oh, cool.
What were you saying? You're breaking up. My mic.
Well, there's supposed to be a kaiju version of this. So these are like 10 feet tall, 15 feet tall, and then there's going to be like a kaiju Bruggen.
So they have their own warrior fighters. Basically, it's them, but they also mutate, and they're sending their best for Atomo because you know he has that part of the star inside him that fuels his energy. So they're after it, and they'll destroy everything to get it, even the world.
It's like Atomo is the underdog because there's Atomo, which is he's a big robot, but he's through circumstances, he only Brian, a teenager, has got to be the one to be the hero to figure out how in the heck he's going to use and control Atomo to battle these guys.
And there's a catch, but I don't know if I should say the catch right now. But there's a catch.
I don't know the catch. Only you know.
Well, I told you the catch. Yeah, there's the catch, but I'm not going to say what it is. So he has the power to save everybody, but there's a catch. I won't say.
So let me ask you something else then that doesn't have to do with that. So why is the kid the one who like I get that he stumbles into it, but why is he the one who pilots it instead of somebody else?
Well, I guess Dr. Harold sees him, you know, as a lost soul, you know, a troubled kid, and he's very curious. He just won't stop asking about it. And you'll read about it, you know. You'll read why he wants him to do it, and it's not that he wants him to do it, and
he wants his child soldiers. I get it.
No. He actually. I'll
He's a kid. Who cares? Get out there, little guy. Put some hair on your chest.
I spoil a little bit. So he doesn't want him to pilot it at all. He doesn't even want him there. So you'll figure it out. Yeah, it's fun. It'll be fun. And it's kind of got that what later I want to do is kind of movie of the week, monster of the week type style. You know, like kind of what the Ultraman did, but a little more in depth. Yeah, I love that stuff. So.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. See, I love all this stuff. We're bringing up stuff from, again, when we were kids. I keep bringing that up, but that's part of the fun.
Well, we all love, you know, Ultraman, Mazinger. I mean,
yeah,
you know, Get a Robo, all that stuff. That's big inspiration for me. I love robots, Gundam and all that stuff. It was comic books, robots, because in New York and Jersey, we had those channels that you got Mazinger. So it was like those off channels. And I was like, what is this? What are these robots? So it was like a mix
unfortunately, where I lived, I only got a few of them. Like the main robot when I was a kid, I didn't get any of the Mazinger stuff, but I got the one big blue giant robot, and his head looked like he was like Egyptian Sphinx.
Oh, it's Robo. It's just Robo, I think.
Maybe it's Robo. So that's the big one, and then later I got you know,
Volts
like Voltron and Macross. You know, okay, they weren't giant robots.
Macross was on another level, man.
That's so good, dude. Yeah, Love is Love. That Love is Love movie. Oh, it was like a music video because it had the band.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? It wasn't Macross. It was it was connected to the universe.
BattleTech?
Oh no, you're talking
Yeah.
about not BattleTech, with the motorcycles. Oh, that transform.
It was in the same universe.
Legios, I think it's called.
Oh God, I can't even remember the name of it.
It was like and it was before. There were just so many.
It's in the same universe.
Yeah, the same universe. And I liked them too because there were 3 different time periods. They
had
one with the robots, and they had one in space, and then I think Macross was like the last one. I think Robotech.
Yeah, because
Robotech.
Well, Robotech was the American version. They cut all the things and made it into one. Yeah.
They like tried to.
And Robotech had 3 different time periods.
Yeah.
And I love that. You know.
We also had Force 5 instead of Get a Robo. That's what they called it here. It was Force 5. That's and then Gotchaman was
Battle of the Planets. Yeah.
And they even added like American stuff in there, like that little robot in Battle of the Planets.
Yeah. They changed a little thing. They changed the music because I think the American song was way better, dude. The American song was way better. Yeah.
That was so awesome.
All right, so
of course, Speed Racer. You know, that's the first one I started watching when I was 5 years old, man. Speed Racer when it came out.
That and Gigantor, man.
That's what it was. Gigantor. That's what it was. That's what he was talking about. What were you gonna say, Matt?
Was that the Egyptian? That was an Egyptian.
That's the Egyptian one with the big head.
Yeah.
I guess I never pieced that together.
And the one that I was watching when I was a kid, it was a live action giant robot.
That's what it was. They had. I think they had. It was like Gigantor. No, Gigantor was the round one. I'm sorry. You're right. I forget the Aztec one.
And it was weird. They would just come on every once in a while. Like sometimes like on the live action shows were in the afternoons on Saturdays for me. So they came on like at this movie time. And then they had the American versions of those kind of things, like when they had the Saturday morning cartoons with the Super Hour or whatever, and they had Super Samurai. You know, with that Super Samurai and Hercules and Isis and
Herculoids,
Herculoids,
Herculoids.
And they had with the Herculoids, and then but they had like the Hercules, and he was like an Arabian because he had like an Arab. Head with the thing, and he had like white
reruns,
and then he rode Pegasus.
That's right. Oh man, that's old school.
And then they had another separate Hercules when he had the blue tunic and he had a ring. And he had that little goat boy that was his companion, his kid.
You're thinking of Disney's Hercules?
it was like
you should have played by Danny DeVito. Like, actually,
it was like it was like at the same time as Speed Racer. Like, and it was an American cartoon.
No, I know what you're talking about. I'm just
they had those reruns in the 90s. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I forget the name. That's funny. A little goat boy.
And then it was like that little little go do the and he had that.
God, I hear family is in my house now.
Nah. What were we gonna say, Matt? Sorry.
So I was gonna say, all right. So we know like where your artistic inspiration is coming from this, but why is this the story that you needed to tell? You know, I always like talk to people, and it's like at least for me, right? It's it's got to filter everything through myself. Narcissist. But you know, for me, it's like there's stories, like there's plenty of stuff I can think of for stories, but then there's like, you know, coming to make a comic book and like Comicsgate, it's like, you know, what's the story that won't leave my head that I need to tell? You know, like this is what I need to put out, and then why?
I don't know why. I want to tell a story about redemption. I want to tell a story about awesome robots fighting kaijus. I just love the genre. I have other stories that I wanted to do, but this one is something I think I've always wanted to do because I've always loved giant robots. I've always loved that hero aspect of jumping into a huge monstrosity and saving everybody. Something about that. It's just a connection of the robot, a big thing and a little thing, kind of like Spike, you know, like the Tom and Jerry thing. Like, you need that connection. It's a connection also because that's one thing I love Evangelion. There's one thing I don't like about it. There's no connection to the mech with the kid. There is, but in a different way. I want to make it more of the way it used to be, where the super robots, where the kid was connected emotionally with the mech, more like his buddy, you know. But this is not as cheesy. It's more, you know, nuanced.
Evangelion has a freaking retarded situation. The mech's like his dead mother's body.
Yeah, well, in one part, that's a theory, yeah, but I love it. It's just, it was a lot of, he was kind of a pussy, you know, like he was kind of, and I didn't like that.
You know the whole thing with that, like it's kind of beautiful. I hated that series forever.
I love it.
And then they put on the stuff onto Amazon. They put out the movies,
Netflix, yeah,
and pretty much I was watching interviews with the guy, and effectively, you know, when he made the first one, he was having like the worst time of his life. Like he stopped working with Miyazaki and like went out on his own and like pretty much trying to make that and showrun like in his life and the human connections. He like was literally suicidal, and so he like it was like pretty much a character study into depression. And by the end of it, he pretty much had the world end because of it, because he felt like he was gonna kill himself. And then you know, there was like they had like the American bullshit version of it, and then they had the real ending, the Japanese ending version of it. And then you know, all these years everyone's just been like, make more Evangelion or make a real
do you like
ending.
the original? Do you like the 97 version or the new one better?
Well, they're actually continuations. That's like the thing that was so cool about him, is he effectively since then has gotten much better in his life, found a person that he loves. And so when he made the redos, it's actually what happens in the original when he like ends the world.
Yeah,
he
that's
restarts.
So weird, though.
He plugs into, well, the thing's a piece of an angel, piece of his mother, and he's plugging into like God effectively, and then it's sitting there going back and forth with him, and so he, like effectively, you know, humanity sucks and can't be redeemed, we're wiping them out. And then he's going, no, they can, and he keeps restarting, and he can't, like he keeps collapsing under the pressure. And so all those redos are legitimately not, you know, reboots. They're, you know, new versions of it. It's actually him it's him restarting the world, trying to fix it. And then the last one they put out, the thing that changes is a new girl gets introduced who's free of the bullshit, and he's able to connect with the angel that's part of God or whatever, and he's able to confront the trauma of his mother and the shit with his dad, and he's able to finally pretty much grow up. And that leads to the world. It's kind of like a genius way to be like, I've had to remake this thing 3 times, but to be like, I don't want to invalidate any of the other ones. And so effectively it's each one is him learning a little bit more, like, you know, because it's kind of the psyche of the guy who writes it. It's like each one is a little bit more of him dealing with his mental problems. Until
it was too much after a while. I was like, oh, dude, man.
I know, yeah.
Shit's like, bro. It's just
don't do that to us. Don't do that to us.
No.
Sometimes you just need stories to have like a really nice happy ending, you know, at some point, you know.
I like traumatic endings, but this was, like I said, I love Evangelion, but also I don't like it because it's certain aspects like, why?
The characters were so interesting, and then it's like he
doesn't develop certain characters. It's like he stops, you know. It's like
he's like, let me set up the most interesting, weird ass relationship,
and then doesn't go.
And then we're never gonna actually finish touching on that, and we're done, and everyone's dead. You're welcome.
I would say the best out of all the super robots, probably the Mazinger Infinity was good, and the Getter Robo Armageddon manga, which is amazing. Those two, like, if you want to read good mecha stories, and I think the best anime was Gundam MS, I think it's MF8 Team or something like that. I forget, but that's one of the best.
Dude, all the Gundams are pretty solid.
MS08, I think it's
yeah.
That's good, dude.
Dude, I loved Gundam Wing, man. I'm sorry, I'm such a sucker for that, man.
Yeah, Gundam Wing's good. Gundam Wing's cool. It's more when they're what's it? The Unicorn was, I didn't like Unicorn. That was a little funky.
Yeah. But yeah.
There's a lot of great stuff to pull from, man. A lot of great stuff. And that's a good question that you had about why we want to write these stories, because it makes for a great story. when you have such a reason that means something to you that you just want to tell.
That's a good question too. Yeah, people need to ask that question more. Like, why you want to do this? I want to make money. Well, yeah, of course we all want to make money, but why do you want to do it?
Yeah,
why do you want to tell this? Yeah,
because that like instills the passion and the reason and the whole story. You know, even the content of the story of why you want those particular things in the story.
It's like, you know, for me, right? Like from the second I start thinking about a story and I think I have something, there's a scene in my head, right? And it's usually the most emotional, crux, cool part of what the story's going to be, right? You know, so to me, it's like always interesting when you see people get on these shows and like they're talking, and I'm like, you don't have that. You don't have like there's not a moment that you like have to stop yourself from telling the fans as you're promoting your book because you know how cool it's going to be and the emotional, you know, I joke about it, but it's like, you know, the Dark Knight Rises, that scene where you're waiting 45 minutes for Batman to show up and the music to finally hit. And then the cops, like, you know, you're in for a show tonight and the shit goes down and the first dude gets taken out and that music kicks on. And you're just like, all of a sudden you're back in your childhood and your fucking heroes in front of you and you're just revved up and ready to go.
And that's what I want to write. Exactly. I want to write emotion. That's what it's people
if you're not
emotion in a reason, you know, you get all these different inspirations from all the different things that hit you in your life. You know, like one of the reasons like on Triple Threat that I have is ever since I watched Die Hard, you know, I was fascinated how the story, the action hit in the story so fast, like it just smacked you over the head. Like 1 second, you know, he's like taking off his shoe. They're getting ready to go to a Christmas party, and the next second, the whole place is overrun by European terrorists. You know, like in the next second, man, they just in the whole action, and then you find out the rest of the story from there, and that just to have that kind of start, and there was a reason behind it.
Yep.
You know, it hit me so hard, and that's one of the reasons why I start Triple Threat off the way that I do, because it gets you into the story so fast. But there's an emotional reason behind it. It hits you hard like a splash of cold water in the face, or, you know, like just get hit. And so I love that reason. And the whole thing too, another reason I want to tell a story about family, you know, because family is important and certain things in life that hit you. And not only family, but a family that basically you get to pick yourself, that friends become family, you know, like one of the catchphrases is like sometimes water's, sometimes water's thicker than blood. Right. You know, because so that's another something I want to tell in the story, and that's like a big part of it. And as you read it, you'll understand why.
But that's why his question is great. You need to ask that question. Why do you want to tell the story? What's the purpose? Exactly. Why do you really want to tell the story?
Yeah, not just, you know, what inspires you aesthetically, because, you know, it's a cool, don't get me wrong, it's fucking awesome. Like, you know, who doesn't love that shit? But, you know, there's you know, like I always think, you know, with CG, we don't have the indie space even, you know, we don't have the luxury of, you know, like 100 years of already built characters. You know, this is like modern mythology that we're creating, but, you know, we don't have that luxury of just being like, well, you know, I'm going to tell a Batman story because Batman, everyone knows Batman, you know. We have to, you know, these have to be stories worth telling. They have to give messages that, you know, are timeless, that people, you know, as a writer, you feel that you need or have a powerful take on to, you know, inspire your audience, inspire the next reader who picks it up to, you know, make people, I mean, art's great, man. Fuck yeah. Like, hell yeah. But, you know, with it, you know, it's like
that's a great question. I think you need to ask that more to people. That's really great because it'll bring people to talk more about their book if they're really into it, you know. Yeah, it's I just want to tell a great fun story, and I think this is the first mech book, CG, so I'm really psyched about that.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I think so.
There is no other mech. Yeah, this is the first one. so
it's there's the reason, and I hope everybody comes along for that reason, because you're planning on launching this in May, right? In May?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it in May. I'm gonna couple of weeks after the original launch date, just to have a couple more weeks to promote and everything. Trying to build an email list that should be up next week. So
work on all that time also, and this is my advice to anyone out there who's trying to put a comic book out. Work on your perks for your crowdfunds. Make
yeah, I
people,
got those listed. Yeah, for sure.
make people
Yeah.
there's so many people I see that like undercut themselves or don't have enough incentive to.
But I want to keep it simple, but cool, but like stuff that people would want. You know what I mean? But I don't want lunch boxes. I can't afford that right now.
I don't mean like knickknacks. I just mean like, okay, like maybe do a digital version, maybe do a physical version, maybe get a couple great artists who have completely distinct styles.
Oh yeah, that's all.
Do some covers for you. Do like 3 or 4 covers. Yeah,
4 covers.
And so that you have that, because there's so many people I see where they only have like 1 cover or maybe 2, and I'm like sitting there, I back their stuff and I'm like, hell yeah, but I can see your short falling, and I'm like, and it's not that you don't have enough people, it's that you don't actually just have enough to recoup your money.
You'll dig the perks. I got some cool stuff, and
the
covers are gonna be cool, man. You're gonna like them. It's gonna be good stuff, baby. I'm excited for your guys' stuff, Matt. I can't wait to see that.
I may have broken Ben with my script, man. I was writing.
It's a long script, man. I'm trying to get through it.
It's 2 to 3 books. That's why. But the problem is, I wasn't writing it per panel. I was writing it because, at least for me, industry wise, it's like I can't tell you how many times I get like a panel layout from a writer, and they're giving me like, oh, here's the script and here's what I want, and then I'm just like, as the artist, like that's not even remotely the best way to capture what you're going for there. And so I'm like, the beauty of being independent and having the ability to crowdfund and not necessarily be super time reliant is that I can give the artist, as much as I wish I could draw this one, people will be waiting longer than anything Ethan will ever do. It gives the artist full reign to creatively see what I'm doing and then bring that to the forefront in their best possible way. And I mean, again, if you don't want that, I'll easily bang out panels and stuff for you. But I was like, my friend originally, when I first started writing this, my friend Jimmy was going to work on it. He works like Titmouse and other stuff, and at the time he didn't work for Titmouse, and so I was writing it and he wanted it like he just wanted free reign to go at it the way he wanted. So I was like, all right, cool. And then I wrote the whole thing that way, and then and then I saw David Williams, and David Williams is a really creative dude when it comes to that type of stuff. Even with some of the other stuff he's worked with, he's offered so many times for people just to be like, look, if you're having problems writing, just give me the overview and I will make it happen on page for you. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it that way and work my artist. But yeah, if it's too much, or you're just like, no, I need that, like
it's like Game of Thrones novel.
I like that. I do like that because it's a Marvel method, and I do like working in that method, but I also like script. But in the Marvel method, how I like it is what helps me, I should say what helps me is having, if you're going to do it in one paragraph, all this is on this page. So on page 1, listed it, and then separate it to the next page. So you can have a big one paragraph for all the panels on the page, but it's
like
separated by pages.
Outline a page, yeah.
Yeah, I always work, like I always try to work with the Liefeld tempo, where it's like 3-7-3, action, non-action, action.
Right, yeah.
And for this, I was writing it by the scene, by the setting for the scene and what needs to be accomplished for it. So it was
for me, that gets really overwhelming because I see all this stuff in this section. I'm like, how in the heck am I where do I put it? And so when it's separated, separated like by page, then I'm like,
don't you worry, Ben. I'm gonna get you too.
I'm like, no, man, I'm not giving away my secret. Like, my head's gonna explode. Or
no. I'm more than happy to cut stuff out, because to me, I'm like each segment of it is like, okay, this is gonna probably be 3 to 10 pages per scene, and then or scene setting, whatever you want to call it. I'm half asleep, guys. I still haven't gone to bed. All right. But so for me, it's like, all right, I know point end, point begin, and I know the dialogue that has to happen. And now I see the key moments of that. And then, this is just my mental process. So then I'm just like, all right, now I know that I have my relative count to how many pages that's probably going to be accomplished in. I'm just going to break it down and start going in. But I'm a fucking lunatic. So, yeah.
Well, I understand everybody's different, and I can do either one. Like I also like the way Ethan writes too, because when he gave me the
serious about that,
yeah. He'll give me he mixes like a script and the Marvel method, but he'll separate it out by he won't put any dialogue. He'll just put the action, and so he'll go panel 1 and give me the list of the action, panel 2 list of the action, so I know how many panels are on the page. And then I have this other guy. And then full scripts also are nice. And then I have this other guy who does total Marvel method. But he'll do like, okay, page 1, all these things happen on page 1. And then I get to choose how many panels are going to present that. And then sometimes he'll even go, okay, from pages 15 to 20, it's going to be one big fight. And you draw whatever you want in it, just so long as you have, this guy fighting all these ninjas. And by the end, he, on page 20, he's standing over the last one. And so then I got like 5 pages to draw this big old fight scene any way that I want.
You're gonna get a cinematic
like
page.
Yeah, it's encapsulated within those pages. So that's what I mean. Like there's boundaries. There's page boundaries. Yeah.
By the way, we were talking about like annoying ass pages and spreads and shit. That's like the first part of like the very first page of my book is just how much shit are you gonna fit on this double page spread? You're welcome.
Well, totally, man. The way you do it, like this big old fight and this like vortex thing, and I'm like, what?
I literally talked to Ethan. I'm like, hey man, I'm just curious because I know what's in my head. Right, but I'm like, there's no way I'm conveying this on a level that I want to another artist without sitting there on the phone looking over their shoulder and like sitting down with them in the same room or some shit. So I'm like, Ethan, I'm just curious what perspective you'd use for this, how you would lay it out. And he was like doing a draw stream. He stopped and he was like, oh, okay, yeah, here's how I do it. He starts like building up the city and everything. And I'm just like, God damn, I'm so jealous of how quick he can sometimes just bring, like, you put together a freaking full city freaking battle perspective, like all the building tops all the way down perfectly, like in like 15 minutes tops.
He's a genius.
Now, mind you, that's not inked. That's just, but I'm just like, God damn.
See, take a lesson here, Rosario. Make sure you make that script legible.
By the way, where you at?
Sloppy.
How far did you get to it so far, by the way?
It's almost done. Basically done. Got to give it to this guy so you can get started.
No, I meant Ben, but I'm sure you're doing great.
What did you?
No, I said Ben. And how far did you get into the script since last time?
Oh, it's still. I haven't. I left off from when I told you last time. I think on scene 20.
Okay, all right.
Scene 20, and I think there's 48 scenes in the script.
Yeah, 47. Yeah.
47. Yeah. So I'm
47. It's like.
It's gonna be a big.
I can fit it. No. I write till the story arc is complete, and then effectively there's like 2 to 3 natural stopping points throughout it. That like if I was doing a movie or a show, like I could very easily just be like this. And so like I think the first one is like he got to one of them where they get onto without revealing too much. The detective heroes pretty much infiltrate a warlord area and kind of run into they're on a case. They're trying to uncover some stuff, and they pretty much infiltrate a warlord's area and kind of bring down the wrath of a completely different villain that they didn't even realize was involved.
What's the name of the book?
Undeniable.
Ooh.
That villain is like the person they're at is like a high tech, like badass warrior type, but the person who comes in is he's a shadow dragon who is like ancient and old, and he kind of keeps himself in a human form with like an Oni mask, and
nice.
He pretty much gives them an ultimatum and a threat and drops them, and that's like
That's what I got right here. Oni mask.
Yeah. And so,
cool.
like something like that's a natural stopping point where like, you know, they hit where you can get hit with that information and have a great like, oh fuck, what comes next? Buy my next book.
So is it like cyberpunk type style?
It's a superhero universe, but yeah, it takes place in the aesthetic for it is Art Deco cyberpunk.
Oh, I love that stuff, man. Yeah.
So in the future. So it's like superheroes mixed with cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
I think I have some designs somewhere or another. Oh wait, yeah. Hold on. I have an iPad. Not my best designs, but some of them. So like this here, I'm not done with it, but if it wants to not suck on me, give me 2 seconds. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I like the
so either I get up and storm across the room and grab like some bristboard and paper to show you guys stuff, or so here. I don't know if you want to enlarge and big in me, but that's Azarain. She's the villainess who hires them.
Oh, that's cool. She has like a robotic legs or something?
She's a water controller, except she needs to be fully submerged. So she has this like one of a kind suit, and like her helmet here is actually water. It's like literally water that she pulls over her head to be a helmet. And once she has that, she has like total control, and she's like really like she does crazy shit. Like she can jump into water and then teleport to any other water anywhere.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And she can like do crazy fucking shit. So there's her, and then the two heroes, which eventually, I don't know why this is running so slow. Here's another picture of them together. The girl is just her again from a different view, but the man, that's Killer Whale. He's one of the two. Whoa, holy shit! Oh, iPad. That's one of the two main ones.
That's a big boy.
He's not as big as the other one. He's the thinner of the two of them. That's the kinetic energy vampire. He's like a freaking Deathstroke meets Batman meets Cyber Ninja type guy. Nice. But effectively he can convert violence into regeneration and power and speed and super senses.
I can't wait to see that, man. Drawn out.
And then this one, which I haven't, this is like one of the worst designs of it. But I was just doing this for costume layout, and his neck's missing because I just kind of drew a head and slapped it on there. But this is the other hero in a outfit that's Battlefront.
That's a big guy.
Yeah, he's the themes for mine are not a bunch of different things, but like Battlefront's probably the big heart of the story. He was like, I love wrestling, so he's kind of based off all those 80s wrestlers that fucked their lives up and did drugs. So like when the story starts, he's like the greatest hero in the world and the most beloved guy, and then he has a family and he fucked his whole life up, and nice. Pretty much fell under his weight and his image, and pretty much got busted alive, like sleeping with someone he saved, and his wife pretty much took everything and his kids from him, and pretty much the superhero group pretty much was like, yeah, dude, you got to get the fuck out of here. And so his only friend in life is Killer Whale, who is the world's deadliest assassin. He's the most deadly man in the world, and he freaking hates his life, and he's just trying to figure out who he is and move on with it. And they open a superhero / supervillain detective agency where they solve cases only by heroes and supervillains because they can keep it a secret and not ruin identities. And they have ties to both worlds that kind of make them untouchable by them.
That's a fun concept. Yeah. That's cool.
So it's like you kind of follow Battlefront as he's trying to put his life back together and find out why he was a hero and rediscover that and become the father that his kids deserve, and not be the dickhead that he was, falling to the wrong temptations. And then you find Killer Whale, who's lived in horrible situations his whole life, finding out what it means to be a good person, and to what it means to when your skill is violence, what it means to wield it for the right people and for the right cause, as opposed to that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Hell yeah, CG's got some good books coming out.
Oh yeah,
yours, man. Yours is coming first. This is
yeah.
He's getting yours done, man, and it's gonna be great, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. I can't wait. I'm excited. I get super excited when I talk about it. I really do. And I can't wait to start promoting, man. Doing a little tour
coming up. It's coming up.
Tour.
It's coming up. especially starting. Well, they already started. We already started promoting, but yeah, we got more and more.
Yeah,
awesome
next week I'll have the
streams
email list up, so I'll be doing a little more. And yeah, baby. But yeah, I
Nice.
got to get going, guys. All right.
Yeah, I gotta get going too. But hey, thanks for hopping on, guys. This was great talking with you guys, and great helping me out here
Matt,
with
always
this.
good. Keep us
Exactly.
posted on what's going on.
Yeah, man, it's always good to hop in stream. We got chemistry somehow.
It is, and let's do. Oh, next weekend we'll probably do. Maybe I'll do it in the week during the week. Next weekend I'm moving on next Sunday, so won't be doing.
You're moving.
Sunday. Yeah, I gotta move again.
Shit. Sorry to hear that. Or unless it's a good thing, in which case, awesome.
Thanks. But the following weekend, and maybe this week we'll do something because me and Rosario keep talking about like a midweek one we want to do. And
yeah, just let me know whenever you can.
And then we got to get your guys' channel up too, going.
Who Matt's?
So,
yeah, but that's not happening until like I filmed a bunch of shit for it and everything, but that's not happening until after I get this crowdfund.
Yeah, understandable. That's a lot of work.
Which again, I was doing right up until you know.
This is a big thing, dude. This is a very big thing, and thank you for doing this for us. Seriously.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
This doing it for everybody, man. You know, I want
us
to have somewhere to, you know.
It's been talked about for years,
connect.
And it's finally happening. And thank you.
Yeah, this is legit stuff, Matt. I mean, I'm serious. This is like not a small thing. It's a big thing. So thanks.
You're putting a lot of energy and time into it, but we want to thank you for that, man. Seriously.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Appreciate it.
All right. On that note, all y'all have a great rest of your week. Start of your week. Thanks for coming on again, and we'll catch you later on the next one.
Bye, guys.